Gentlemen know I could be a Russian spy exporting that bit of hardware to do something devious with it.
Guess what? I'm cutting in early. So I've made a habit. I've made a practice of trying to put up a timer now when I'm gone for a while. Oh yeah, my wallpaper. Hold on a second. My compressor. I'm gonna turn it off. If I have all of my volume levels balanced properly, then I don't need the compressor, but the compressor's just kind of a catch-all. Anyway, this is a sick wallpaper. Timer's nice, but it's not accurate, right? So here's what I wanted to ask about. I got distracted. To chat. To the ones who know, why is Premiere still open? I need that RAM. Give it back. To the ones who know, aka all of you. Is it better to cut into a timer early? Or should I just sit here and wait for the timer to run out? Like if it's less than 10 minutes. It probably doesn't matter. Man, what the heck? Hold on a second. Are you guys hearing a lot of buzzing right now? Because I bet you are. I don't hear it, but I see it. Ugh. Some. Yeah. What's that all about? Yeah, early? I would think early. That's so weird, because I found a way to make it completely gone. Here, let me, I'm sorry to hit y'all with, really tech troubles. I swear I nipped this in the bud before, but clearly I didn't. Battleroid, thanks for gifting a sub. The King, thank you very much. I saw King in chat earlier. Good to have y'all here. The good news is this game is actually pretty loud. So, it depends if your audience is used to being early on your timers or not. I've only just started putting up a timer, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be early or not. Alright, I gotta jack into my other PC. Okay. And then turn on the monitor. I have to unmute too. Oh wait, no, this. Damn, that's rough. Okay, hold on. Ever since I got a liquid cooler, like, my PC has gotten a lot quieter, but there's so much more electric noise in the audio signal. It's really disappointing. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's bizarre. It reset the volume level of line in again. That's really frustrating. That's the exact same thing that happened last time, and I set it in Windows, and I thought I'd audio balanced everything, but... well, good news. Buzz is gone. I'm just happy you're streaming. Timer and no timer? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind. Hold on, let me see some of the responses here. This is good stuff. Very quiet, Buzz. At this point, it's just your earphones, because I'm looking at the audio, like the actual levels of what I'm sending out, and there's nothing on that track. I could, like here, I'll actually cut all audio. Alright, both audio sources were completely cut, or at least software cut, when I was wiggling my hands. Let's see here. I like the timer, so people know it's BRB and not stream over. Yeah, there does seem to be a bit of a cognitive trick there, right? Like, it can say be right back on the screen, but people don't believe that. If there's a timer that's changing, then it seems more live. And so I guess it's like, oh, okay, it seems more curated and active, as opposed to maybe conceptually like I just walked away and forgot. Oh, you still have it when I cut my audio? Yeah, then that buzz is on you, sir. Okay, now I'm gonna have to juice the audio from the game again. I am confused why the audio swapped itself back. If you do walk away, you gotta pull a Snoop Dogg and just get lit as fuck and walk away. Leave it streaming. Man. Snoop is out here showing us how to live every day. I watched his Halloween like spectacular with Martha Stewart, and it was a delight. It's alarming like what a good host he is. Can't remember who was commenting on this. I think it was a new friend I think that I'd met at when I went to Halloween Horror Nights, which was awesome. The what was it? The Halloween maze was awesome. That was actually my favorite. Anyway. Somebody was commenting that like Snoop Dogg was one of the original like West Coast thug-ass gangsters. Like, he was supposed to be dead before he hit 30, so it's so weird to see him break through into, like, this wonderful living retirement that he's got going on. Where it's just, like, nothing but class and, like, enjoying the finer things. Alright. Now I gotta test and see if there's any, like, frame tearing. It looks good. It looks fine. I guess cutscenes are gonna be the real
hold up a
test.
sec, guys.
What's up?
We need to talk about Ganeveld. This guy can control both light and lightning. And I've heard his swordsmanship is unrivaled.
I'm not surprised. He is one of the top lords, after all.
That's not all. He also has these weird little gadgets that he likes to use.
Gadgets? You mean like some kind of a Renin weapon?
Probably. He's got a bunch of these things that hover all around him. They're supposed to protect him from attacks coming in at any angle.
I take it there aren't any blind spots then.
Nope. Which is why I plan to bust down his defenses from the front.
What? Why? Isn't that where his defense will be the toughest?
That's why it's worth attacking. Once I poke a hole in that bastard's defenses, the rest of you can tear it wide open and give him hell.
All right, we go with your plan, Law. Now let's get going. It's about time we got revenge for Zephyr.
You like my sunglasses, crew? Thank you. Alright. Here's the deal. Here's where I'm at. Multiple people in chat have confirmed that this boss, or multiple people in chat have speculated openly that this boss is the hardest in the entire game. So I'm getting just utterly... That's right. I got pretty utterly trashed. I learned most of his attacks and his timings. The problem is there's a DPS check. There's like a part where he splits into ghosts and starts channeling this big attack. And you have to kill the ghosts to interrupt it. Actually, no, wait, I take that back. Somebody had said that, you take the attack no matter what, and that you need to time a dodge through it. Regardless, my characters could still use higher stats to potentially survive that hit. Some of my characters can when they're at full health, so... What do you think of Arise? I really enjoy it so far, Spencer. I enjoy it a lot. But, I am playing on hard, which I'm very much enjoying. But this game has really kind of put a hard stop to me. There is a game that doesn't seem mechanically viable right now. At least with, like, the healing items that I have. If I can grind out a couple more life bottles, then there might be a path to winning. But that like, there's basically a party wipe ability that this boss has got. That's gonna take a little bit of, like, uphill walking to get through. Since it's Wii Day, I had Hopeless Whiplash, when I found CyberConnect 2 made a new game. It was disappointing to see that it was Demon Slayer fighting game. CyberConnect 2 made all the rad Naruto games, right? Battleroid, thanks for gifting a sub. Did you grind yet for this boss? No, I'm about to start that. So, we're about to enter cozy anime grinding hours. Here's the problem. Oh wait, you can fast travel out of this place, right? Yeah, I can just leave. Okay. Okay, great. So now I just need to find a suitable grinding spot, and then I can just fast travel out, fast travel back. Now I need to look and see how much experience things are worth. It's been a long time since I've had to, like... had to, try and, like... maximize the efficiency of my grinding. Rinwell dead? What's going on there?
I'll run you through! Take this! It's over! Stardust!
Astral energy!
This is interesting too because this game almost has like the stagger
He
and
really made us
boost
work for that
attack. No, not boost attack. Criticals. I'm gonna look it up. The blue strike thing that happens when you charge the meter. That boost strike. Yes, one hit kill attacks. Those are almost like grinding mechanics. Because if you can find an enemy that's worth a decent amount of experience, and then you just know a combo that staggers them every time, that makes it so efficient to just like roll on them. That's really interesting. Yeah, you gotta feel the grind in your veins. I don't know, it's cozy. It's cozy. Is it grindable level-wise or gear-wise or more important one than the other? It's really interesting because I don't think you get money just from grinding fights. You don't just get currency for beating dudes. You get experience. Darn it.
Be my guest. Here I come. First strike. It's over. I'll run you through.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
But yeah, I have not really
Nicely done.
grinded level. So yeah, you get SP, which will help me buy ability upgrades. You get experience, which will level you up. But you don't get gold. So you can't like just buy better shit, or you can't really grind up buying healing items, I don't think. You get drops, yeah. You get drops rarely, and those can sell for money. But that's like... doing that to get 1,000 gold takes forever. And I think they did that on purpose. What was I gonna do? I forgot. I think I'm gonna heal. Oh yeah. Look at my ability board and see if I can buy anything. Some of these are pretty useful. And they lead to some pretty big stat bonuses when you finish out the board, too. So if I buy these two, which would actually be really good... Hey, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll buy that. So if I get if I get this... I can grind out this, and that leads to a stat buff, kind of. Yeah, there are some that's true, there are some side quests. I can go back and do side quests. Well, you ever get another stream of that card game yesterday? You're referring to Inscription, and yes, probably. I really enjoyed that game. Also, the boss is light element, so I need dark. Like, dark does more damage to it? I don't know if anyone has those abilities. Like, that gives more defense, that's good. That's always good. Ooh. That's kind of neat. It's impossible to see penetration up and not giggle. Impossible. Gonna try that new Yoko Taro card game. I should, just based on the name alone, right? It's just, man, why... I guess I shouldn't complain because there's a lot of good ideas going to a lot of, like, just kind of thinking about Inscription.
I see one, eh?
It's weird that, like, card games are kind of the thing getting... There's, like, a number of unique entries into that genre that are kind of playing with things. Ooh, Horizon 5 comes out soon. GTA Trilogy is next week. Battlefield comes out soon. Cannot wait for Halo. I love video gaming. Month. So much going on this and next month. Yeah, all leading up to the holidays. These are good times. Good times for us, for sure. Oh yeah, Lost City. I didn't finish that one up.
I'm right behind you.
I never finished Obra Dinn.
Shion.
There's a lot of those like puzzle games that I just like. It's tough. In a given day, I could either go back and finish one of those games, or play an entirely new puzzle game with an entirely new idea behind it. I'm kind of spoiled for choice in that way. So like, in some way, it's. I enjoy playing a lot of different games as opposed to finishing individual ones, just as a question of time being linear, unfortunately.
Here's a healing arc.
see what I can do. Like deal?
Do it!
Take this! Roar! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
So I'm getting 58 experience for like average fights. Equipment? Where do you see experience? Status. There it is. Okay. Ooh, Christ. Okay, that's a lot. That's like 200 fights. Wait, no, is it? More like 20, maybe? Yeah. Or like 40. Yeah. Ugh, that's a lot. Christ almighty. Ah. Oh, I can get accessories that probably have, like, light resist or something like that. That might help. That's right. Let me go investigate that. That'll give me maybe more of a target to grind for as soon as I find the map button. There we go. Sisloden. Sislodia.
We've reached our destination.
Speaking, yeah, side quests. Thank you for reminding me, Nick. Now I'll get on that next. Oh yeah. I need Outer Wild. Yeah. All right, my brain stopped for a second. Outer Wilds. Oh, those are actually still for quite an amount. Never mind. Maybe I got to eat my words a little bit here. Can't buy better armor. Can't craft better weapons. Yeah, ooh, this is nice. That's actually real nice, holy cow. Alright. If some of those attacks get cut by 50%, that might be enough to get through that boss fight just by itself. But I still want to try out these side quests. Wait, so I need a Chrysoberyl mass. Okay. Interesting. I'm in Switzerland right now and I'm still watching you? Yeah, well, I bet! I'm traveling, seeing the world. Okay, I'm gonna wait to make those until I try some of these... Until I try some of these side quests, because I might have more money and better equipment. Let's see if that's a good idea, or I'll just entirely forget that I need to do it. All right. Okay, tells you the reward right there. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Calaglia. Calaglia. No, Calaglia. No, Calaglia. No, Calaglia. Okay, I'm gonna go get some stone fragments. Let's see here. Found from golems. Delivered to Dairon. Alright, Calaglia. I'm going to Calaglia. Let's go to Calaglia. I changed the character. There we go. Display map list. Calaglia. Okay. I guess it's marked. Oh, I'm not allowed to go there? Oh, okay. So some areas you can't go back to because of the story. Interesting. No, Calaglia. Okay. I'm perceiving. Yeah, I should have wrapped that shit up before I left, huh? Oh, it even tells you. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the interface. But it actually puts the, Okay. Wait a second. What? Was it in here? Where did I see it? There was a cool thing. I don't know. I thought I saw it marking all the areas that had side quest in it. Never mind. I guess it does that here. Okay. Flaglia. I can take these out. Let's see if, or maybe they'll beat me. Maybe they'll beat me up.
I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
And there's an owl? Oh, we're in the money now. Hey, what's up, Home Dillis? I'm just stumbling my way around in a big anime. Oh, level 12? Please.
You're finished! Dazzle!
Lightning bolt raging cascade!
It's over!
Searing flame! These ones can run rings around you!
Do it!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Now! You're mine! Do it!
Hoodle's so cute. Yeah, Hoodle's real cute. It's weird because I should be more annoyed by Hoodle, but I'm not. And it was 100% the right choice
Go no further!
to just make Hoodle's race entire thing. Just somebody very literally making owl noises into a microphone. How are you? So do you have to have them in like in the middle of hit stun to be able to launch a combo off them?
Here I come! It's over! Burn in hell!
They're awfully insistent that you're supposed to use Shionne's abilities in the air.
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Blah, blah, blah.
My
Next,
turn.
here I go.
I'm not
I'm
done!
only getting healed.
Take this! Ready and ready! Double Phoenix Blade! Be still!
Now, Glacier Speed. Lock, get toasty!
Burn strike!
That is anime as shit, and I love it. It's cool every time. I think that one might be my favorite. There's just something about punching bullets.
There.
It might be the coolest thing to do to a bullet. Okay, so this has to have happened in a movie, right? I want a scene where there's like a gun is completely empty, right? And then somebody throws a bullet. No, I swear I've seen this already. It has to have happened. Somebody needs to remind me where I've seen this. Somebody throws a bullet, somebody catches it in the chamber, and then like fires it out of the air. That probably happens a lot nowadays. That seems like a really cool thing that happens a lot.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Sounds like a Bollywood film? Yeah, maybe. It kind of
It'll
does.
be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Swallow Blade!
Now you see what I can
Double
do.
Demon Fang! Be
Now,
still!
lock, get toasty!
Burn strike! This one's gonna be tough!
Still cool.
Take it!
Here's the evil!
Double Demon Fang! Strike!
Freeze Lancer!
Try harder!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Oh, that happened in the Idris Elba Dark Tower? Okay. It is a kind of wanted thing, isn't it? Wanted kind of pushed, like... Wanted was really interesting, gosh. That's when we discovered that, like, maybe edginess could go too far. Although people invariably say that, like, the comic was even worse in terms of edginess. Was that, like, some kind of... Was that when comics were, like, maximally edgy? That seems like an era of maximum edginess, just all around. I remember from the Wanted games, I'm just an asshole with a gun. I actually liked the game quite a bit. I thought the game was rad.
It'll be a breeze.
And sort of like a
Get in,
last
get
of its
out.
kind
Swallow Blade!
property tie-in game.
This one's all mine! Dazzle!
I really owe you.
Although, I played Guardians of the Galaxy the last couple of days. That game is solid as hell. Having a great time with that. Wanted was what we deserved, but no longer wanted. Very, very well said, yeah.
I never miss!
It was bound to happen, and we deserved it. But nobody asked for it. Aww. Which Wolverine movie game had super gory violence? X-Men Origins! Made by Raven Software. That game is sick as hell.
We managed to pull through.
I still have a, I found it on PC. You can get it. It's, you know, you just gotta be willing to click on some stuff. But, I played it a bit on stream. I saw Bruce play, but the dialogue is too much. The Wanted game? Really? Man, the Wanted game rules. I gotta dig that out now. I'm thinking about that. Did you have a chance to watch the Action Button review of Cyberpunk? No. It's not like, I'm gonna be honest, it's not high on my list or anything. Maybe one of these days, if I have just like a spare hour. And, I don't know. Usually my media ingesting is primarily, is just video games. Sweet video games. Let's see. Where does that turn in at? Yes, okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Struggles. Yeah, I was pretty burnt out by the end of it.
We've reached our destination.
It had been a while since I'd eaten, but I just wanted to finish. You know, one of those things. I still need to practice, I think.
Yeah.
My calm collection with getting frazzled at the end of it. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, yeah. That makes more. I have seen him streaming that. Yeah, they don't stop talking ever. The good news is that a lot of the dialogue's actually enjoyable. It is at least not actively annoying. And there were a lot of times where I was like, oh boy, here we go. You know, here we go, here comes the drop. And like, it didn't really happen. It's all been pretty even-keeled. I've been enjoying it.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's also just got a lot of like quality of life stuff, which is really nice. You can tweak pretty much everything about the difficulty. It's got like things to help you find pick-upables and shit, like just like a lot of little things that are nice for games to have. So it's pretty well produced. Hope you got some good rest after that. It sucks when a game drains you. Oh, yeah, I did. I mean, I at least, oh, there. That's what I saw. The little, like, carrots on top of the map zones. I guess they tell you once you can fast travel to. I thought that also indicated that its side quests might be there, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Alright, any other side quests I can knock out? Cyslodia. 7 White Wolf in the Silver Plains. Okay. Orange gel is nice. Okay. Where was it? In the White Silver Plains. Meet me in the White Silver Plains. There we are. True Final Millennium Tower and Like a Dragon really took it out of me.
We've reached our destination.
The spoilers redacted fight in Like a Dragon was that was a clincher. I guess that's what's been really interesting too, is games that have long been like almost boringly easy have started to develop a little more bite, especially ones from Japan. I don't know, I'm playing Guardians on normal and it's been like, it's been fine. It hasn't really put up much of a fight, which I'm okay with, whatever. It's okay for games to be fun, especially one like that. Are you doing another drunk gameplay? I don't know. I don't know that we really have plans for one right now. Bruce is doing a pretty big stream for Battlefield. That's the only one that I would think of. I don't know if there's another big release this fall that would warrant it, or because it's like, for us at least, it's a trade-off of health versus video performance. So if we're gonna trade away chunks of our liver and constitution, it ought to be worth it. New Mario Party's sick. Yeah, Mario Party might be a good candidate. I don't know. I think on a health level, it's probably just not good for us to drink like that anymore. If I'm gonna be real, we might not be at the age where we can get away with that anymore. You can do it for Elden Ring next year? Oh, maybe. That's not a bad idea.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Oh yeah, I'm probably still on the heal all the time strategy. Wait, tactic, that's what. Oh wait, it didn't... Alright, never mind, whatever. Drink every time you jump? You mean drink every time you destroy everything good about Souls games? Next year they'll be even older, that's true. Edibles in Mario Party? Yeah, it's just like, the problem with that is that I don't know that that doesn't produce as well, if that makes any sense. You don't get the, like, heartbeat and the sort of chapter sensibility of people doing shots. It also hits, like, way, way later, and the onset is way slower. Alcohol's pretty delayed, too. But at least you have the immediate reaction. So it like... something like that could be a good, very long-scale experience, but also what ends up happening is people just get quiet. You'd have to have, like, a group of people who are very kind of ready and dedicated to perform while high. I think that's like... some people, I think, can do that. I don't think most people can just do it without, you know, being familiar with it.
I never miss. We do it. Demon's Descent. Flashing Fang.
Take some edibles like an hour before and let it build as you play, maybe?
Barely a blip on our radar.
Maybe. I think the best, like, I'm just speaking very practically about what that would probably be like, is you'd probably have a grip of, like, borderline gibberish conversations of two people kind of not understanding each other for, and trying to, like, speak and make jokes that don't make sense for, like,
Here's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
for, like, 2 hours. I'm not super convinced that that would be good. But it could be, I guess.
Go no further.
I feel like a lot of Adult Swim content is at least originated with people being very fucking stoned and just improvising. But I feel like that's as like a method of comedy output, I feel like that takes a little bit of refinement. And I don't know that it would work very well live. I think maybe you improv shit and then you go back later, find the good stuff, or the things with, like, workable ideas, and then you develop them specifically. That would be my thought, my assumption on how that process works.
No choice.
That's like 90% of the Eric Andre show. Yeah, but it's edited. It's edited down so much.
Consider yourself finished.
And that Eric Andre streamed live would be something else entirely. Also, like, Eric Andre has the benefit of having straight men in the room.
It looks like the Zoogle
People
we
who,
were
like,
told about.
aren't on that wavelength. A stream wouldn't be like that. Do
No choice.
ayahuasca and puke on stream? Is it a violation of TOS to barf on stream? Hey, what's up, Dr. Sidnoir?
I'm all lost. Get toasty.
Yeah, probably. So you get the live stream and the edit for YouTube?
That should be enough to make the area more safe to travel in.
So at that point you're talking about, like, the Talking Stockings pipeline, which did not do well views wise. Creatively, I absolutely loved it. Some of my most, like, treasured memories.
Glacial speed.
But I think the case study is already kind of there.
With airborne targets.
Look sharp.
It violates TOS to fart into mic on stream. What? I thought this was America. Can't believe we let these big goddamn
Barely a blip on our
corporations
radar.
control our lives like this. I want to hear some rumbly braps on Twitch. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Yeah, I'm so fascinated about that. There have to be so many weird conversations at Twitch about where to draw the line. Like, something that is ostensibly not, like, sexual or fetishistic, but, like, it is. Who knows, man? How do you... because you have to decide, and nobody wants to be the person that, like, has to enforce that stuff, because you're never going to make people happy when you have to put up boundaries. remember how surreal it felt, someone doing a whole video, let alone 4, on some softcore bullshit I watched when I was a kid. Oh, talking stuff. Or silk stockings. I feel like that would be a fun show to watch now. A show so endlessly convinced that it's like modern and hip and sexy, but it is like it's fully in a different era now. Giving birth behind a curtain, TOS? God, who knows? And like, no, this is like, people like to make fun of standards and practices for being absurdly specific, but that's what it requires when you're in an open system of like creativity. You open your system up to be like used and have the boundaries probed by millions of people every day. You have to draw the line probably not exclusively to the line of revenue on porn sites, independent and otherwise suggest their biggest hitter topics. Oh, that's a really good point, Doctor. Yeah. Huh. That's actually a good, like, data way to make a correlation between the kinds of content that is classified as pornography. I imagine advertising probably dictates a lot of that. Advertisers basically can decide what's weird or not. I'm only assuming it's a really logical assumption. But yeah, I imagine you're not in ad sales. Hey. You don't work ad sales on Twitch, so I don't either.
Huh?
Ball.
Till next time.
Sean Connery Bond did not age well. I was watching clips the other day and I'm still shook. Yeah, those exist in a different mindset of consent. That you have to vibe with like the playful no. There is something in it for me, you dope. I'm gonna get money. Actually, hold on a second. Found a boog. I have to classily excuse myself. Characters have so much style. Thank you. I love that not only do they have the like truck driving Matrix $12 7-Eleven wraparounds, but you can put them on everyone.
Oh!
This is leading to another side quest?
Of course.
Oh, never mind. I just learned some lore. I love the way Rinwell looks with these sunglasses on. Like, you can tell she's like the genuine dork who can't hide it even when she's trying to look cool. It's kind of like when Kirby inhales somebody very mean looking. It's like Kirby with Sephiroth hair. Yeah. I like the look. There's something very wholesome about it, yeah. It's almost like it's like the family's on family vacation. And we got family sunglasses. We all bought them at the first gas station we stopped at. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I don't know if there's any other side quests I can get to. Lodia. Wait. Oh, Owls, yeah. The rest are in Calaglia, and I can't get there. Okay, well. Okay. I guess it's time to make some accessories then. I don't think I leveled at all. No, everyone's still 16. I want to at least level up once. Chat, let's all play matching hacker shades. Then we can go on a road trip. A big JRPG road trip. I need to fast travel. Okay. Why, I went the long way around. It always feels shorter to cycle around the bottom, even if it's not. What's up, Pop-Tart? Welcome.
We've reached our destination.
Bond is an encapsulation of what flirting was like back in the day. Yeah, it's like the song Baby It's Cold Outside. Today it sounds like a non-consensual situation. Back in the day, the process of being coy for the woman and being persistent but not overt for the man. Not saying it was right or wrong, just a cultural difference. Yes, entirely. It's something... I'm gonna float this out there, because I've read a few articles on the topic. It's something that is still reacted to very negatively in the West when it comes to adult entertainment in Japan. Because that culture is still very much there. That, like, it's this playful thing where, like, the woman has to pretend to be coy and demure and unwilling. It's her job to be, like, prey. To be a target for the man to pursue. And there's something about the playfulness that actually invites in more of that kind of faux antagonistic discussion. Whereas a firm but relying on social cues, no, back the fuck off, creep, is different. But it does rely on interpretation of social cues. So, you know, there's no, and then there's like no with a wink. Now, that's the logic that men use today. The problem is when men misinterpret those social cues or willingly misinterpret them. Yeah, that's the problem. Or, also, maybe women who, like, send different kinds of social cues. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong in that process. But that's the idea, and I get the idea. I think it's possible to understand the idea and consume that content with that framing in mind, while also not letting it poison your worldview and the way that you act as an adult. What is this boss music in an inn? It's, this music likes to be very grand sometimes. Okay, I've got yes, accessories. I remembered eventually. I made my long meandering point about Japanese porn. Let's see here. Attack. Utter damage. What is Smackdown? Oh, easier to down enemies with arts. I mean, that's probably not going to happen on this boss. This boss seems to have pretty explicit down mechanics. But that would be a good thing to have on my lead character, because it's good when he does that. So I'll make this one for my lead. But more HP might be used. Well, I'm going to make all of these. Well, no, maybe I won't. Because just more attack might be better than... Do I want 20 attack? Do I want 200 HP? Or do I want Smackdown? I don't even know if I have enough junk to throw in this to get it to level 3. Smackdown's not going to help for this boss. Do I want... So I probably want HP over attack. No, I probably want attack. Bless you! Because I need to burn down those apparitions faster. Welcome back, Jess. Well, I guess I can make them all and then figure it out. Well, I have to level them up, that's right. Have I made 4 already? Yeah, okay. Wait, no I haven't. Where the... Oh, yes I did, never mind. There we go, okay. Let's see, for you... I can take light and dark damage down another 10%. But I probably want that one on Shion. I might have to do some shuffling around here. How much is 200 HP? Well, that's a fair amount, actually. That's like 15%? We still have leftover rules from the 50s, like women aren't aren't encouraged to be the main actor in a relationship by asking the boy out first. I've talked to women who go by this rule, and none of them can remember how they learned the rule. They follow it even though they've wanted to make first moves before. So I'm not sure where it comes from, but we still have some of that in our culture somehow. Well, Busca, I think that, you know, I think that at some point we have to acknowledge that we did evolve from animals, and there is a dynamic there. I'm not making the argument that it's right, but I do think that there's something about, like, even if our natural states aren't there anymore, then over the millennia, our state of nature has influenced our culture, and then our sort of roles in society have been shaped through millennia of that. So, it makes sense to me, because you have elements of that in every culture. I'm so oblivious I actually want women to make the first move. I mean, yeah, I think most dudes might. I guess there's some guys that really enjoy the pursuit and the flirtatiousness of it. I could see that. Alright, I'm gonna try this spread here. I'm gonna give her one with more HP. I'll give you one with more HP too, because you like getting hit all the time. Alright. Boyfriend 100% asked me out first, had no clue he liked me. I mean, that happens sometimes. Animals all have kinds of relationship dynamics, so I'd be sus about referring to nature. That's including in the ape department. Oh, that's true. Yep. I mean, human beings are not immune from some pretty base and animalistic behavioral tendencies. So, I don't know, I think some of that stuff's still in there. Enhance. Let's give my guy. Yeah, I'm filled with animal rage, but humanity invented 3 days grace to temper that. That's right. Once hybrid theory finally hit the streets, everyone had the cure. It was the opiate of the masses we were all waiting for. Problem is I have like higher level versions of some of these. Okay, let's see if I can get... $200 HP for my other two wearers. Uh, 100% is. I mean, we share 50% of our DNA with bananas, let alone actual animals. I just mean, what our animal DNA is telling us doesn't necessarily point towards one behavior or another about how men or women should act in a social setting versus a sexual or survival one. Oh, I agree with that entirely. I think we've developed the knowledge and understanding of ourselves to correct those things based off of moral boundaries. So, yeah. Have I met Mommy Dommy yet? Dommy Mommy? I don't think so. So, I'm excited for that. Most of the things regarding courtship is ever-changing from the archaic and manly standard we thought of as right and proper. Absolutely, Flip. That's a good point, too. Well, I acknowledge things are shifting, and I don't mean to imply in any way that that's a bad thing. I'm down with it. Let's see. Cleaned ore. Nah. I can also relate to a banana. Yeah, who wouldn't want to be Wouldn't want to have a nice cozy sleeve around you. Just all starchy and mushy and happy. Damn, now I want a banana. Okay. I'm gonna grind out one more level. And then... yeah, they're always cozy. Even when they go bad. Like they turn real brown and mushy and they still kinda taste good. So they just get even cozier. They like turn into banana puddles. Yeah, exactly. What's attractive is always changing, which is why I'm now a thigh-showing e-boy. I got the undercut. I gotta have like what's the e-boy look right now? Used to be having like a colored streak in your hair, but I think that might be we might be done with that. Or just a different kind of different color maybe? You get like a dark blue.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
You managed
Nick,
to pull through.
I think that's okay. Yeah, unfortunately, short and spicy. That is a pejorative these days, so try and stay away from that one if you can. I know some people aren't aware, so no sweat, but yeah. Sorry. Got some gum in my throat. Yeah, the word kind of implies deceit. That's sort of the idea. What's up, Ordelian?
Like this should be easy.
No sweats, short. It's cool.
Where are you going?
No! Oh, I lost combo. Dang.
Here's Eva!
It seems like it's way faster to roll cancel out of a combo than to actually let it finish and try to go through the recovery animation. Yeah, you can totally keep it going way faster with a dodge roll. Twunk? Maybe. I could be a twunk. I think honestly the best I've got is if I lost a little weight, I could go himbo, I think. I could be borderline like I don't have like the Warburton voice of just adorable dopiness. But I'm a big guy, I'm kind of dopey. There's occasional moments of intelligence, but they can be spread out. I think that's my e-boy vibe. I don't know what that's. I don't know how to lean into that though.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Do it!
Wow.
Now!
Consider yourself finished.
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
I'm on it.
Thunderblade! Freeze Lancer!
You're finished. Dazzle.
Yeah, roll canceling is so much faster. You can retain all kinds of combos with that. Making OnlyFans with you doing taxes wrong. I mean, it is kind of fun actually. I've learned the enjoyment of dangling a skill out into the world for people to comment on.
An opponent like this should be easy.
The sheer terror some people have reacted to with some of my like hardware work on YouTube. Pretty incredible.
Look sharp.
Hey, what's up, handsome? What? Oh, there was a guy there. Good to see you.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Backseat Militia, thank you for the sub, by the way. I didn't. I guess I addressed your question more than the sub, but Yeah, I guess we missed the boat on Mario Party. Bruce has been super busy though, so he's been doing all the productions with Twitch. So even if I was kind of on the game with Mario Party being out, I think poor Bruce would probably be too busy with other bigger productions.
Where are you going? Now I've seen everything.
We got flyers.
I've got this. Let us marksman.
That was weird. So you can't, you can't do a boost attack in the middle of a dodge.
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire.
Cool.
Impact astral energy. Full throttle.
That was sick. Yeah. All right.
Looks like we won.
I guess that unlocked. Yeah, it was a Mystic Art. Which I guess Law is going to do a million of later. Mario Party came out and I'm over here playing Origami King for the first time. That game was so good! I think you'll really, really like it. I think you'll really enjoy it. But for the fact that it doesn't have, like, it doesn't have an experience or a leveling system, which I'll admit is like, it does kind of feel like something's missing. But it is a wonderful game with incredible music and a lot of heart. I really, really enjoyed it. Ow. Ow.
Astral energy. Full throttle.
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Oh, we got a VIP here, band. Ooh, from Vegan Giraffe. All right. I love your spirit. I love your daring. Most importantly, I love seeing the lurkers come out. Thank you very much for watching the stream enough to save up that many points. And now you have a 50-50 chance to earn VIP or get banned for an hour. What's going to happen? Let's see. Oh! No! No! Oh! Ah! Vegan Giraffe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I have to toss you out right now. You've clearly been a peaceful viewer of the stream for a year, maybe more. Living your life, having a great time, stacking up all of those channel points. And I'm very sorry, but all it's done is earn you an entire hour's ban in the chat. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm glad that I can be your video game pal for all this time, but you are banned for an entire hour. Time out. Yeah, the reverb fart. I'm sorry to laugh, and I apologize if it has sapped some of your joy this day. But yeah. That sound. That sounds. I wanted it to. I think I put it on like Orchestra Hall. That level of reverb. It's funny, like every reverb setting on any device ever always has an Orchestra Hall preset, no matter what. Fart noises will never not be funny. I agree. Oh shit, wait, no. We're not going there. I want to level up at least once. Beat the game last week, I have thoughts, but this is not the place. I like the game. Yeah, I'd appreciate no spoiling.
No backing down. Engaging.
Need a game show where I can softly shut people down.
I'm just getting started. Your wings won't save you from me.
There is an art to it.
We got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
I agree. I could be okay with it. Got a Mew Oreo in your Pokemon Oreos? Is that the rarest? The rarest cookie?
yourself finished.
Very flashy way to end every fight.
Our work is done here.
Ugh, that meter's
I'm
so
right behind
close.
you, Shion.
Oh, no, no worries, Luckburn.
Little help.
I didn't notice. But I'm also very permissive of people letting their freak flags fly on Twitch or anywhere else.
Ignite! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! No chance! I'm just getting started! Do it!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Bidding starts at 10 grand. Yeah, make some money today. Just out here hustling, making some money off these rare Oreos. How's this game on the weeb scale? Not a fan of JRPGs that are too Japanese, if that makes any sense. It's pretty gosh darn Japanese. It's not embarrassingly so, but, well, I mean, I'm beating up magic wolves and there's anime girls flipping all over the place, shooting rifles of magical beam energy. So,
Glacial spear.
that'll tell you if this is too anime or not.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
People who scream out the names of their moves.
I won't
You know.
rest until I'm the best I can be.
Y'all
Still
level up.
striving to be on par
Y'all.
with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
So she's at 1400 HP. That's quite a bit better. Which JRPG would you say is the most Japanese? I mean, I think Final Fantasy XIV, but that's in its most, what I would consider its most positive lights. It's somber. It's melancholic. It's poetic. It's symphonic. It's huge in scale. It's sometimes goofy. It's very quirky sometimes. I think it's got it all. But if you mean like stereotypically, there's some like some of the junkier JRPGs from Compile Heart is what I'm kind of reminded of. Just like the most stereotypically anime junk, or actually, I guess like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You mean Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, with an oh yeah, Genshin Impact. Damn pudding, yeah, you nailed it. Actually, Genshin Impact is probably the like cleanest, most distilled anime. Something like Persona has too much of a twist, and it's very jazzy, which is Western. Like, there's some flourishes in there that the true answer is Raid Shadow Legends. I actually like that game. Yeah, I haven't raided the Raid Shadow Legends bank account in a while. I need to get back in that. Genshin is Chinese. Does it count? Yeah, sure. We're not being racist here. We're just talking about culture. Wrong one. Wrong one. You got the wrong one. Yakuza Like a Dragon was my first dungeon crawler JRPG. Ooh. How did you like it? Oh, besides 15? 15 was pretty experimental. Although that is kind of emerging as the new standard of JRPGs, that sort of Kingdom Hearts action RPG style. Which honestly is what Guardians of the Galaxy is. I mean, granted, maybe it's more in common, it has more in common with Tomb Raider, but it's got progression mechanics and like a combat system that's not too far off from something like Tales of Arise. And it has like kind of binary decision making that very lightly affects dialogue. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is a pretty like kind of modern JRPG experience, which is pretty cool. You played Parasite Eve? I have. Oh yeah, that would make a good Christmas weeb game. Yeah, I think somebody brought that up before. I haven't played Parasite Eve in a long ass time. Ooh, Induki, thank you for the sub. We need a hero to bring back the Matrix Online. I I should have gotten more into that game than I did. Because apparently there was some fat lore in that game. Love to watch you play through Parasite Eve. Maybe I could do a double feature, Parasite Eve, Transistor, like, because I never finished Transistor, and that seemed like the spiritual successor to Parasite Eve, which was crazy cool. Man, God bless Supergiant Games. Oh, just let a whole ass dungeon on auto battle to grind a boss. Oh, okay. Did the real JRPG strats.
This armor's too strong. Be my guest. It's over. An astral creature.
That's my cue.
Shut him down. Be still. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
A lot of the things we know about the Matrix came from the MMO and 2 specific episodes
Barely a
of
blip on our
Animatrix.
radar.
Yeah, I watched the movies pretty intently, but a lot of the other stuff I didn't really get into as much. And like Animatrix was such a damn bummer. Like it was so depressive. I did watch it more than once, I think, because it mellowed me out so much.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Lightning
Not a
contest.
chance.
Excited for Matrix 4? Absolutely.
This one's mine. Now. Demons descend. Flashing fang.
I would be generically excited for anything that either Wachowski's
Our work is
sibling
done here.
sister
Let's move.
would make.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
But the fact that it's specifically an action movie is kind of what's got me in. Like, if it were any other thing but action, I'd be like, yeah. Wachowskis are amazing at directing action. At least for me. Edgar Wright's gotten so good at it, too. Wish they cast me for Matrix 4. That would be awesome, but I'm not in that world. I don't know what it is about this game, but my stream quality takes a painful dump as soon as combat starts. I mean, it's a full screen wipe. That sort of thing, I think, is anything where the entire screen is changing color.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Wait, why is Shion dead? When did that happen? Is gonna impact like the bit rate as much as possible. I like the Matrix because trans women made it. It's a pretty prominent and very successful like cultural and financial work from trans women. Yeah.
I see one, eh? I'll smash you! My deal! It's over!
Now. Astral energy.
Say no more! My turn! You're finished! Fire support! You're done! It's over! Fall back! You're on! Take this! On mission! Take this! Take this!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
I think what's really exciting.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Not only did the Matrix open up a lot of people to, you know, action techniques pioneered in Hong Kong, which was really cool, and opened up a lot of work for like Hong Kong style stunt performers and choreographers. Like you saw Corey Yuen's name starting popping up on things. Well, I guess that was also like Jackie Chan kind of broke in America in the mid to late 90s too. So they started importing those movies. So it was kind of part of a whole wave, but still. Very cool stuff there, but it's really cool to think about just the idea of, like, if somebody, it almost feels like one of those things that might help people process how they feel about themselves, of like, you know, in your mind, you can be somebody else entirely, and the way you look here may not be you. So it's really cool to think about people being more comfortable with processing how they feel about themselves or the world that they're in because of some of those ideas.
It's over. Here we go again. I'm on. Here I come. Even descend. Flashing bang.
Shanghai Knights, exactly.
Now. Here I come. It's over.
Rush Hour. I mean, you can see the, like...
Lightning Tiger Blade. Onward and upward.
You can see the attempts to try and, like, explore that. For sure. Yeah, I like Jupiter's Ascending as well. To me, it's like, it's the most anime live-action movie. It is delightful trash, and it very intentionally made. I don't call it trash as an insult, because I think it's specifically trying to be like a shoujo science fiction story, which is cool. It was Ascending, yeah. What's your opinion on combat systems in JRPGs? Not super familiar with this game, seems a little button mashy. I know some people love the old school turn-based system. A huge fan how 7 did a mix of both. That's kind of what you got here, although it is a little more active, I guess. A little more hit button to slash.
I can feel my power growing.
I reserve the button, like button mashing is when you have to hit a button a lot but it doesn't do anything. Like it's just doing the same thing over and over again. This game's not super button mashy actually. In fact, depending on how you set your inputs, button mashing can screw you over. Because you can accidentally do too many attacks and then eat a lot of stuff because you can't dodge. So there are a lot of buttons to hit, but the buttons are all fairly meaningful. So I don't know if it's button mashy, despite there being a lot of buttons to hit. You could just hit the one button, I guess. And then it's not so different than just holding down left click to kill enemies in Destiny or something like that. So I don't know that that's necessarily a problem in this game. The inputs have meaning, and they're a way for you to kind of express game skill and decision making. Ooh, Morgie, here with winning a trading card. Let me draw that for you.
We've reached our destination.
That's not inexpensive. Or sorry, that's not cheap either. I don't know what I was saying. It is expensive. So I have a bag of old trading cards here. These are just because I was alive in the 90s. I have cards because that's what people made back then. Cards are like memes for the 90s. Think about it that way. Everyone's got a meme folder. I had a card bag. These came from old issues of Nintendo Power and like some trading card vending machines that I would stick 50 cents into. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Morgie, you've redeemed a card, and let me draw it for you now. It's a card from my childhood. And it's this one. Oh, that's classic. That's classic S-tier card right there. Come on, autofocus. You can do it. Come on, autofocus. Come on. Anyway, it's Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, because autofocus doesn't feel like grabbing it. Usually if I put it in front of my face, it'll get there eventually. Anyway, description. The power of the Golden Triforce has been stolen by the evil thief Ganondorf. It's up to a young Hylian named Link to save his world and rescue Princess Zelda! Every card has a challenge on the back. A Nintendo Power challenge. Real gamer... There it goes, a little bit. Has some gamer challenges back there. Challenge, try beating Ganon with the following armor, sword, number of bottles, magic level, and number of hearts. A novice can do it with red armor, level 4 sword, 2 bottles, half magic, and 17 hearts. An intermediate can do it with blue armor, level 3 sword, 1 bottle, half magic, and 15 hearts. And a true Zelda Pro can do it with green armor, level 3 sword, 0 bottles, regular magic level, and a 13 hearts. Can you be a pro? Only by passing the challenge on the back of power card number 7 can you find out for real. Congratulations, Morgie. Let me take your name down here. All right, you can either whisper me an address you would like me to send that card to, or you can wait and I will eventually whisper you. Eventually. Emphasis on the eventually. I'm pretty lazy about it. But I will do it eventually. Why did I do that? Rest. No cooking. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should get Rin 1 Law one level up too. Why not? But at least I can buy some good stuff here. Get some more skills. The Vicious Gale as it strikes enemies upwards. I got a little more defense. Nothing wrong with that. Near death defense. Ooh. I'm picking up some really useful combat abilities. Does this fire when the AI is using it? There's some abilities that seem like they would only trigger if the player's controlling the character. I guess it's really hard to tell. Yeah, you can ask to sign the cards. That's totally fine. Morgie, if you have any requests or instructions, like, feel free to just drop them in the message. You don't even get the bonus thing to click most streams.
We've reached our destination.
You can. There are chat plugins that'll grab it for you automatically. If you wanna live the easy life. See Final Space on Netflix? No. What's that?
Its armor's too strong. It'll split it open. Be my guest.
Not in your dreams.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
What's yours? 26 pieces? You got it. That would be an interesting request to fulfill.
No complaints here.
Remember when I worked in food service, if somebody had like a kind of a weird but hyper-specific order, I would treat it as like a challenge. Like, you know what? Yeah! I'm gonna try my best to get you this thing. He's using an apple gel! Cut that shit out. I think I'm made of apple gels here?
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Hear me, flare! This ends now!
Consider your
Tenebrous Claw, all fights, every fight for the rest of the game.
That's my cue!
Can't wait.
shut him down.
Freeze laser! Here's a healing arc! First aid, ready? Go get him! Now! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Really hated retail? Yeah,
Seems about right
actually,
to me.
I liked food service better than retail. Because at least with food, like, you could usually get people something that made them happy, like, right away, or they were excited to get it. Whereas in retail, sometimes people were, like, buying shit they didn't even want, like, they just had to get. If you're giving somebody food, they're gonna eat it, and it's gonna make them happier, right? Whereas in retail, sometimes you get people coming in, and they don't want to be there at all, and nothing about this trip is gonna make them happier. But they have to get this thing for one reason or another, or they have to return it, or, like, I don't know. There was always something about giving people food that, like, smelled good, or being around food being prepared. Like, it made everybody in a better mood, I feel like. And also, like, it was way easier to, I feel like it was way easier to make people, like, it was easier to give people free shit. Like, I'm pissed off, and it's like, okay, well, have some free french fries. And they're like, oh, okay, alright. Easy. It's like 20 cents of fries. Whereas if you're in retail, like, maybe you can just like be like, yeah, I'll just give you a refund or whatever. But I don't know. People in retail had more unreasonable requests. Oh, like things that I just couldn't do, you know. But in food, it's like the food's bad. Well, I'll make it again. And here's a free thing that's really cheap. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Like, easy. Problem solved. Somebody's happy. Retail, like, I want full money back for this and also a free one. And I'm like, I can't do that. What the hell? I can't. I don't know what it was. Something about working retail invited people to like ask for wildly unrealistic things. Whereas in food, like, they seem to understand that a food store only has food there. Whereas retail, it's just like they think there's just a vault of money and stacks of product in the back. It was so I couldn't get it. I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Now you see what I can do.
Eternal devastation. I gotta check out these abilities.
Where you go? Astral energy.
Say no more.
Yeah, checking back. It took me a while to get used to the performative theater of it. That, like, the first couple of times somebody's like, can you check? And I'm like, there's nothing back there. I opened the store. I had to count all of the consoles this morning. I know it's in my store. And they'd be like, just check. And so yeah, it's... After a while, I understood that people just wanted to see you try. And once I understood that, it got a lot easier. Of, like, doing the dance. But... I guess what I learned pretty quickly is that, in retail at least, people want to feel like you're on their side, no matter how ridiculous their side is. And in some way, like, that's what the... I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. That's what the job ended up being. Was figuring out the performance that people wanted while you were selling them whatever they were ostensibly in the store for. And sometimes it is more about the illusion of effort than the reality and practicality of it. And again, like, food was so much easier because people want food. They're hungry. That's such a. I feel like it's just such much more a basic thing and easier to fulfill. Whereas people come at retail workers with all sorts of weird fucking personal things. Might be late, but thoughts on the new Elder Scrolls game? I don't have many thoughts, to be honest. I guess I'm just excited to see where Bethesda Softworks goes. They kind of ran down the Ubisoft well, I feel like. Making the most broadly palatable gameplay light experiences that worked for a while, but I feel like everybody's kind of over those now, so... I don't know if they've got the juice to go back to like a... Oh, I super activated, alright. I'm trying to remember how to do it. It's like this, but you hold it? Oh, that's not it. Is it A? There's a button you hold to do a thing. Ah, crap, I forgot. I completely forgot.
Toasty.
Burn strike. Not a chance. No escape. Be still.
One more.
Oh, it's X and A.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Okay. Thank you, Frog Knight.
We managed to pull through.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Not on my watch.
No escape. Double blade. Double demon fang. Fire support. Flaming thrust.
I've seen people walk into really fancy stores, like designer stuff, and that's the prime example of people are paying for an experience of walking into a store to be treated like royalty, not to buy something and leave. And that's not immaterial either. Like, it feels nice to be treated well.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I guess the thing is, like, the higher end stores understand that that's the service they're offering, so they pay their people to perform it. Whereas all of my retail, it's like people expected that performative fantasy, but I was not getting paid to deliver that. It just became... Then it became this weird, like, middle ground of, I'll do this thing so you feel like you've gotten it, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, nobody's paying me to do this. So yeah, it isn't an interesting, weird middle ground sometimes. I guess that's, yeah. I guess that's the thing. Yeah, you like... And maybe that's the difference, is like people would go to fast food and they wouldn't expect to be waited on hand and foot like it's a fine dining establishment. At least maybe where I worked they didn't. But then people would come into retail and expect like white glove concierge service. And it's like, bro, you bought something off like a truck that we put it on the shelf and put a sticker on it. You didn't, this isn't like an upper end bougie place. People at Disney are super snobby sometimes. Yeah, Disney is an example, I think, of trying to provide that boutique experience. And people understand and appreciate it, but yeah. It's not, that's not how you get treated everywhere.
This ends now.
I feel like Americans treat the service class like dirt across the board. That is not an untrue stereotype. I mean, culturally, it's definitely seen as unskilled labor here. And people often congratulate themselves for graduating out of that kind of work.
That's for sure.
So I wonder about that, because the job sucks because customers can be awful. And certainly since quarantine, it hasn't gotten any better. So it becomes one of those weird things where the job would be a lot more attractive if people weren't assholes. And I've had good days in food service and good days in retail where, like, customers were chill, I was able to help people, they were appreciative for it, like, even had, like, a good conversation with somebody. Like, it happens. It wasn't a non-stop series of terror, but it's certainly like, this is so much better. Like, imagine Twitch, except you can't ban anyone, you just don't have the ability. I mean, I guess that is true for some people that have to deal with targeted harassment and stuff. But yeah, less pay, more annoying thing to do. There is an element of that on the internet, I'll be real. Like, some people come to YouTube with all kinds of issues and rattling around in their heads, and then they hit that comment section like a freight train. So,
there's always room for improvement.
Certainly the dynamic still exists, but you can ban people on YouTube. Compared to something like Skyrim, does Bethesda have it still? So I don't know. I wouldn't say that they had it with Skyrim, but that's just me. So people want different things. Do you still play Skyrim and enjoy it? Would you want to? Do you play it now? Do you think it's the best game they've ever made? That sounded pretty shitty asking those things. I realized it wasn't my intent. I just think I don't know that it, like, Far Cry 6 just came out. I guess I'm curious to see how it'll sell. That was cool. I wish Morrowind didn't age badly. Yeah. Morrowind is a chunky game.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
Not to make any generalizations about my generation, but I'd say my younger generation is pretty well known to be very on the side of service employees. Like, if I get something wrong in my food order, I shut the fuck up and eat it, I hate taking it back. Well, taking it back's not a problem, by the way. But I understand where you're coming from. I don't know, I think things change. Somebody might be positive to food workers until they get divorced, or some life shit happens to them. And then people start having bad days, and then people start getting bitter, and then people start having baggage. So, I think that may be part of an ongoing trend. People might, start feeling prejudiced. Yeah, I'm gonna send it back, but I'm not gonna yell at someone because they got it wrong. Absolutely. Like, if I worked in food service, I would never want somebody to just make do with something they didn't want. I would always want to make it right for somebody. Let's see here. I've mentioned it before, but I feel like with the pandemic, people have gotten so mean. I work at a family restaurant, and my goodness, people get so hangry and rude over their orders. They're just extremely wasteful and demanding. Not to mention how bitter people are that they wear their masks as they have to. Yeah, that's been something I've actually read from a lot of different perspectives. That post-quarantine, people are just way shittier. Way shittier. My only hope, and this is a bit naive, but I'm holding on to this, is that it truly is just culturally people got used to being inside. And they forgot that you have to like there's a certain way to conduct yourself in public. And for the harmony of society, not being outrageously shitty is important. Like that's an emotional tax on an entire culture. So I don't know. Or maybe it's just like, I feel like, honestly, like, I've seen it on the political side of things, but there's definitely been a rise just culturally of, like, fuck everyone else, I'm gonna get mine. Like, there's been a lot of that. So I can see if somebody's, like, subscribing to certain sort of philosophical beliefs, or they've been granted permission to believe certain ways, or that certain belief structure is becoming more celebrated, then they might just not give a shit anymore. Yeah, Nick. I mean, yeah. It's that, but it's not just that. Like, there's a pretty hard correlation there. But it does seem like there's a new low in, like, politicians promising certain things and people just blindly believing it because it's what they want to hear. I've been kind of astounded at that. But that's where the world is now, I guess. So, I mean, that's fine, though. The thing is, they keep treating people like shit, and everybody's going to quit those jobs, and then they won't have a restaurant to go to. But then the problem is a politician will just tell them that, like, certain people took it away from them, whip up more anger, and then it just keeps going down that way, right? So, yeah, when somebody's brain turns to Play-Doh, you can mold it to anything you want. I think Skyrim was a good game. Today's standards, people hate it. Yeah, Luckburn, I think I agree with that, too. I don't think it would hit that much today. So, I guess when you're asking if they still have it, can they produce a, like, open-world RPG that hits people's expectations for what they want right now? That's an interesting question. I mean, Starfield, I think, has certainly captured people's interest. So that's a really big, that's a positive indicator that just based on the branding and the premise of space exploration, people are into it. I had a lady yell at me that my customer service is terrible because how is a 13-inch pizza supposed to feed 15 people when she got her order wrong even after I repeated the order back to her several times? It took a toll on my mental state. Yeah, I mean, she might have just been angling on a free pizza or something. That sucks. Yeah, that... I've popped on... I'm sure you've already done this, and from some of the places you've worked, I'm sure you have, but I did kind of develop a retail mode, and again, it's very performative, where, like, once somebody crosses a certain line or takes a certain tone, it's like, okay, I am now robot, and I don't owe you anything, and you're not going to get any favors from me, and I can just, like, it's the wall, it's that shield, you know, that wall goes up. But it does hurt to put the wall up. And people always get a jab in before you can shut it off, you know? So, and it's draining, Jess, yes. It's very, very draining. You can operate that way, but it takes a lot of, like, self-awareness, composure, and diplomacy. And those are fucking draining. I think that might be why I am so, hesitant to be in situations where I have to watch what I say now. Which you'd think would be Twitch, but, I'm just not good at it. I feel like maybe that gland is burned out. Maybe I should give myself more credit. I think I'm okay at it, but I don't like doing it. Retail mode is awful, especially if you begin to carry it in your personal life. Yeah. I carry it into my corpo job, and sometimes I feel like I am so removed from any outcome either way. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous, because, yeah, you still have to reserve the ability to care about things. And it can become a trauma response, even. When somebody starts throwing shit at you and you shut down immediately... I think Stephanie's noticed that, and I never really thought about it, but yeah, that must be retail mode kicking on. If I get heated about anything, I tend to get very cold and, like, shut everything down. It's 2,000% a trauma response? Yeah, I never really thought about it before. Yeah, retail leaves a mark, huh? Retail my work shift today? Right on, Captain. I was talking to some of the nurses before I left, and the local drunk showed up with a head wound and lots of blood. He recognized me and immediately grabbed onto me with very bloody hands. I was in my private clothes. Ah! God! Captain, Jesus. I'm reflecting now on some of the things you've said about resenting people that come in messed up on like recreational drugs. I can see why, seeing that side of it, you would just. Do you? Well, that's a personal question. I'm kind of curious if you drink at all, having seen that side of it so often. But Jesus, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Ugh. Good lord.
See what I can do.
My shield? You're mine! You're finished! Strike! Portal blade!
What you do? Okay.
Consider yourself finished!
The older I get, the less appealing it becomes day by day. Yeah. A teeny little concept known as moderation.
Let's keep moving.
It's tough. Free will becomes such a weird thing to think about at that point, because if some people are addicted, moderation may be beyond their ability functionally, just because of how their brain works. Alfred, thank you for the prime. And the heart emoji. Not caring is the real enemy to customer satisfaction. Well, it's like, for me, when somebody starts demanding things beyond the bounds of what I can even do, and they refuse to hear any explanation as to like why that might be.
I won't forgive you.
Like, it's the utter refusal to acknowledge any reality, any like information or data. Yeah, I'm just saying the same thing again, but that's ultimately what it is. Slayer, thank you for the sub. That's another like, it's frustrating because going back to a previous discussion topic, I feel like some of the most important lessons of like Parable of the Cave level relativistic reality stuff that were contained in that movie are very important realities for people to grasp, because it really does inform how much you trust your own perception, or how your emotional impulses fuel your worldview. How skeptical you are, I guess, of your own perceptions. And man, feels like people could stand to be a little more skeptical. I've always felt like if something, it's almost like if it's too good to be true, then it probably is territory. But that like notion just never emerged for a lot of people. They're like, oh, I can have absolutely everything I want and pay nothing for it. My friend works for a car company. Some people are so far out from reality that they can't understand they can't buy a car they want because of global pandemic. They just like refuse the knowledge. No. Get it for me. Go get it. Hey, go get it. Go get it. Hey, go get it. Like that was the thing that like I just didn't know what to do. Like I had retail or customers that would do like that shit. Just be like, just shut up and go get it. Like like stop talking, you'll go do the thing. I'd be like, what did you think was gonna happen when you said that? That I'd be like, you know what, you got me. I was just being a jackass. I was just making up all this shit. Ordered a new truck from the factory this year and had to wait 4 months. Yeah. I mean, you can see it out in Long Bay in California. There's a line of ships waiting to dock. They don't have the people to get them off the boats. I think there might be a strike too. But yeah, there's like 100 ships or something like that waiting.
Coming through.
Oh, there's no truckers? Yeah.
This is the power of the blazing sword.
So this is all like consequences, theoretically, of a shift back towards workers' rights in the United States, which would be nice. And yeah, that involves people getting their consumer goods late or not at all. It's weird to me that like I feel like the shipping industry would have long ago understood that they really do hold the reins of the entire American economy that's based on like endless consumption. That's what happens when we don't manufacture. I guess information services can still work as long as like they're not being gated by getting new computer parts or anything like that.
Burn in hell!
I'm happy to wait for consumer goods if it means people get treated better. Yeah, all right, so I'm no sociologist, but like, it's interesting to me that people who know better, people that like can see what happens to entire cultures when the wealth inequality gets to a certain place, we're still pushing it even more. I guess it's really just individuals acting in their individual self-interest, but it's insane to me that there's such a large coalition of people who are willing to tip the scales even further into instability just to make money. But, you know, now that I said it out loud, it's silly to pretend like it's any other way ever. Hold on a second. There's a semiconductor shipping container, shipping worker, truck driver, and magnesium shortage. Car industry is hit hard, but so is all of retail, and everyone will see that this coming Black Friday. Yeah, this holiday is going to be really interesting. I mean, hopefully businesses will pay a lot of money to the people who are willing to work, and those people will infuse that back into the economy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a sociologist or an economist. I'm just thankful that I live a pretty simple life, I think. Yeah, the supply chain will be fucked. That seems to be the going consensus. I remember customers being an asshole during breakfast. He walked right past the host desk. Hold on a second. Walked right past the host desk. You have to stand by the host desk so we can get you your room number, etc. He just went straight for the buffet and kept saying to me, "I'll be with you in a minute. I'm not stealing your food." I was being an asshole to my boss, so she said, "Don't serve him." So he didn't, and he left angry. But then our duty manager came out and showed the CCTV of what he did and say we didn't refund him. So you guys got in trouble for refusing this guy? I'm sending letters to all my friends and family and sitting back with a drink and seeing what the season's gonna look like. Yeah. I guess I'm lucky that I don't have, like, kids that whose Christmases I will ruin, you know? Buddy at the port saying they get not even, like, 100 trucks in a day to the port when the average ship has, like, 1,500 containers. It's wild. Oh. Man. Problem is if you tip it further, and it's the metaphor of the frog in the boiling pot, if you're struggling for basic day necessities, you can't revolt. Seeing it in Lebanon more and more. I guess, yeah, maybe that was the actual full-throated, honest-to-God intention. To put American workers in such a rough state that they're willing to accept any amount of money. Which is pretty ghoulish, but...
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
I can believe it. As sad as that is. Yeah, normalized struggle.
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
That's the American way, though? Yeah, you're right. You're really right, now that I think about it. One way or the other, America's economy has always been run off of a cheap, expendable workforce that overproduces and delivers all of its work products to a ruling class. You're right. I mean, it is the free market. You know what took me a long time to truly wrap my head around is that there are people who understand that and still, like, honestly believe that it's the best way. And on some level I can kind of get that. The more libertarian you get, it's like, you know, it's just what people tolerate. It's fine. The system has to decide it. The system has to direct itself. Otherwise, it's somebody imposing their will on you or on the market, and that's not fair. This is, I guess, where it all rolls back to. But the interesting thing is seeing what's happening in the U.S. The islands get blasted fivefold with that. Yeah, I was worrying about that actually. Because I know it's on a good day hard to get stuff in Hawaii, right? When issues hit the mainland, they hit the islands and stay there. Like last month, we went without toilet paper for 4 months. It was a lot longer and happens a lot more often. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I live in LA. There's like a shipping port right here. So I feel like I probably have the least of it. Oh, look at all this cash. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I had an exclamation point by it. Okay. I'm doing great.
Hey, it's that ingredient.
Ethan's parents
Yeah,
took a
the
pic
one
when they
for
flew
that
over
recipe.
all the cargo ships just stuck in LA.
You always have an eye for food.
I need to, I actually need to bike down there and just check it out. I've seen pictures in, like, online posts and stuff from, like, LA Times, but... Defense up.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
We have a brand of ranch, and when we run out, we have to pump it into little containers, the house ranch. I've had people ask for the house ranch all the time and argue with me the taste is not the same as the prepackaged ones when it's literally the same thing. The only difference is one we have to manually pump while the other is already packaged. So, to your, it is potentially possible. Because people judge flavor in a variety of ways. So, the pump might actually be flavoring it. But also, coming out of a differently shaped container could also affect people's perception of its flavor. But if it's a pump that's been exposed to the air, yeah, there might be a little twinge on the nozzle that makes its way into every little thing. Which is gross to think about, but so is pump ranch, so... Ranch dressing is the heartbeat of America, I swear to God. Or the power of suggestion, could be that too, yeah. Plating makes a difference, you know, the framing counts. Okay, fast travel. Always a kind of a twisty set of buttons I gotta hit. Pump Ranch is my next album title.
We've reached our destination.
A little pump ranch. A little ranch pump. Ranch not only looks disgusting, but it smells disgusting. Yeah. It's interesting how, like, Americans will turn up their nose at like, Europeans eating french fries with mayonnaise, and then just dump ranch onto, like, a slice of pizza or something. Ugh.
It's on!
I see one, eh?
I'm on it! You're mine! It's over!
French fries and mayo is delicious. I can't argue with it. It's like, it's just potato with fat, really. It's a different kind of fat than, like, fryer oil, but if you ever like a potato with, like, sour cream, you're still in that zone. I think Stephanie said something that kind of made me think about that in a new light. That basically,
Say no more.
in, like, Amsterdam, there aren't a lot of other, like, high-fat foods.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
So that might be the only way they actually get animal fat in their diet. Maybe stews? But yeah, it's all just, like, herring.
Justice order!
But it's not like they have, like, a big marbled piece of steak on their plate every night as part of their, like, regional cuisine. Hey, what's up, Una? Put spicy mayo on, like, all my food so I can't talk. Fish have fats? That's true. That is true. But, like, I don't know. Herring is a pretty lean fish. I actually had broed herring when I was in Amsterdam. It's basically a hot dog, except they just slap a raw fish on a bun. It's great. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I need to check out. This is not a good time to try out new arts though. Gosh, I'm a ding dong. I should have tried this before. I don't have the Infernal Torrent's the only Flaming Edge I have unlocked. This is Lightning. It's 1 AG. Wind. It's 2 AG. I guess the ones with boxes... Okay, the ones with boxes are 2. Alright, that makes sense. I'm almost to the Flaming Edge Incineration Wave. That sounds cool. Oh wait, Luna Run, there we go. Oh, it moves forward, okay. Is the Lord strong against elements? Be sure to unselect those for party for max oomph. I don't remember seeing any resists pop up, but good thinking. That'll be something we scout out for this attempt. Actually, let me swap my strats here. Focus on healing. Darn it. Okay, healing arts. Okay, recovery arts. We'll use recovery arts first, and then life bottles. Throw out whatever Panacea bottles we have. Try that. Try and keep my people alive a little more. My first time to Chick-fil-A, they asked me what sauces I wanted. I assumed they meant like mayo mustard, so I said, I'll have 2 of each. And the person looked confused, but did it anyway. Get my number, turn around and see the ketchup mayo mustard on a counter, and a bag of every Chick-fil-A sauce. Or 2 of every sauce for my 1 sandwich. Yeah, maybe they should have, like... That's one of those things where, like, are you sure you know what you're asking for? Some people might get pissed off, but yeah. That's an understandable mistake to make. There's a place like 5 minutes from Disney that is my favorite poutine restaurant? What? What's the name of it? Poutine is dangerous, but delicious. Gotta turn on my streamer lights back there. I've been thinking about making my webcam bigger. Ooh, Action Philistine. Thank you for the resub. Anaheim Packing District. The restaurant is The Croft. Okay. I'll keep a lookout for that. Sounds like my kind of business. I'm just checking to see if the cutscene has broken frames.
It's about time. I was beginning to worry you'd jumped ship like the rats you are.
You're not so fortunate. We're here to end you. To liberate Cyslodia. To avenge Zephyr.
It's cool
You talk
crew.
big, but don't you think you're forgetting something? Of your precious resistance groups, whether the Silver Swords or any others, none have ever dealt a blow to Renan domination. In each and every realm, the story is the same. Until you, who wields the blazing sword of Calaglia, are different.
News of Balsef's defeat really took the wind out of your sails.
That brute.
Group looks like the Squirtle
A
Squad.
bad case of brawn over brain.
Squirtle Squad
Certainly
rules.
no loss to me. Still, even the smallest of sparks can grow into an inferno. I must give precedence to the task at hand, extinguishing you. Snuffing out
Irish
your fire before
nachos
it
or kettle
spreads
chips,
across
beer
the
cheese, and
5
roast
realms.
beef. Oh my god. Oh, I just thought about it. Ugh.
He can't be.
I'm a big fan of roast beef.
Nothing.
There's this restaurant near here that does roast beef eggs Benedict,
Cannibalt
and it's
Valkyrus, Lord of
incredible.
Thessalonia, accept
It's served on
your
garlic
challenge.
bread instead of
Come
an
and
English
meet
muffin.
your death.
Oh, it's so good. Lord Cannibal Valkyrus.
You did to my father!
Gotta remember the attacks he
To
does.
fight the hand that feeds, Dusty. I never wanted to serve you. I had no choice.
Talon Hurricane!
Not a chance.
More with the hammer! Flame of fury! Burning
You're
fire!
mine.
With the hammer!
And you'll make it.
Hurricane!
Try harder.
You're mine!
That's my cue!
Oh, right. I'm not supposed to interrupt that. Because it's actually not that bad. Ooh.
Leave this to me.
Oh, now he's hitting somebody else. You can't counterattack him, unfortunately. What the? Oh, I got. Forgot about that. Ow! I'm meaning like every attack now.
There's more than one of him?
Some kind of moving illusion?
Who cares?
Oops! That was not the right time to do that.
Where are you going?
I can carve through armor.
Okay. Forgot about that. Yeah, you have to run real hard on one of them. Try to take them down.
Thank you.
I'll fix you up.
Freaking duck it.
Here's the healing art.
Eat this.
Shit. I don't know what I'm thinking. Good God. Yeah, I really didn't do that properly. Oh, whatever. I want to restart. Can you? Is there a way to do that? No. Go back to title screen. I'm just hitting buttons.
I'll show you just how strong my arms really are.
Oh, Shiona's back. So my healing is... I am burning through resources way too fast, but... Yeah, he just casts mines. Ugh. That's right, he does 3 now.
Here's a healing arc.
I guess he does rage laser. Forgot he does 3.
I'm out of ammo. It's a win.
My turn.
Hey,
Try harder. Not a chance. Get lost. My turn.
Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Double demon fang. Double demon fang.
Here goes.
You'll be double demon fang. Lost now.
I think not. Get up!
the barrier's been broken.
Everyone, focus your attack.
Pay for what you did!
Lightning orb. Here I go.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! We were just getting started! Drink
Okay.
deep the despair.
Oh, that's right. Well, actually...
Can't get any closer!
If this keeps up...
I'm not done. First strike. Swallow blade. Eat your storm.
While the depths of despair consume thee. Who commands all the astral plane.
Double demon fang.
While thou art cursed to expire into nothing.
It's over. Try this.
Stand bathed in heavenly light.
Here I come.
Whilst thou cowers before the gates of hell.
Here I My turn! The end is imminent! Indignation!
At least, man, that half damage though.
Insignificant worm! Now return to dust!
Half damage is everything right here.
If we take another assault from that art, we're done for.
That mirage he creates. It can channel all of his energy.
Then get me! Look sharp! Lightning
Yeah,
Tiger Blade!
way better than the one shot. Oh, I don't have that move anymore. No, why did I do that?
It's over!
Woo! Ow.
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Wait, he learned first aid? That's useful, I guess.
I owe you one. Too much.
I'll crush
Bro.
you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
He's just sitting there not really reacting.
Here's a healing art.
No escape! Try this!
Now you've done it! Eat this!
Try harder!
I can carve through it! Just getting started!
I'm not done! Swallow blade! Try this!
Shit. Bad move.
Blah, blah, blah.
Here I come!
Here, let me help. Hear me.
Now he does 4.
Raging cascade. Sleep now.
It's over!
Now you've done it. Blink and sleep now. Into the shadows. I'll be saving this one.
Swallow blade!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
Lightning orb.
Swallow blade!
Lightning
Here I
reflex.
come! Back on it! Here I come!
Blink and you'll miss it! Here we go again!
You're mine!
I'll smash you! The blazing sword will be mine!
Try this! Infernal torrent!
Here, let me help.
Burn in hell!
Raging cascade.
Now I'm in the groove!
Take this!
Field.
It's over!
More of the stockpile. Cerebral field.
Enough!
Here's a healing art.
Drink deep the despair!
New leaf on
Swallow! He's still going?
I'll finish him first!
Here goes.
Yeah, you will, buddy.
You're on!
Who commands all the astral planes!
It's over!
Whilst thou art cursed to expire for nothing!
No, what am I doing?
Smash you!
Whilst thou cowerest before the gates of hell!
Lightning! The end is imminent!
Indignation! Insignificant worm! Now return to dust!
Everybody get up.
This one's all mine! Not today!
Deep the despair!
I never miss.
Who am united with the abyss!
You're
Finished!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Okay. Yeah, that half light damage. Good lord. That basically is the whole fight.
Have you learned your lesson? Not yet! For the sake of Lenegis and my fellow brethren on Dana, I will not!
This game is very shouty, Una, yeah. Tales of games have always been really chatty. Oh shit! Uppercutted him into the sun? Gotta love that slow-mo anime squishy face uppercut. Sure to Berserk reference. No, it is, It is a God Hand reference. An even older, more obscure game.
No, I refuse
made
to
by
believe
Clover.
this. It cannot end this way.
Back in the day
If I
before they
die,
turned into Platinum
my
games.
subjects will-
Got another core though. That's good, I think. Hooray! Theme achievement gotten. Just killed a man? Yeah, but he was bad. He was a bad man. Okay? It's fine to kill bad men. That's the rule. Everyone knows it. If you start questioning that, it's gonna get weird around here. Do they have cool shades on by default? No. If you find a little... Oh, the sun's out. If you find little secrets, little weird sounding owls, you get accessories to put on your characters. So, I put sunglasses on everybody. Oh, hell yeah, Spider-Man. You got Ashura's Wrath? That game's so sick. I've never played God Hand on stream. I've thought about doing a Platinum Games marathon of like all the games that they made in release order going back to Clover. It would certainly be part of that. And one of the earlier games, too.
Focus on the positive. We defeated a lord. And under difficult circumstances, too.
Focus on the positive.
Do that?
Zephyr's dead, Shion.
I will. I just don't know when.
And the Renans ruled this world unimpeded for 3 centuries.
Maybe that could be my Christmas
Did you think
marathon.
there wouldn't be any sacrifices?
So Zephyr's life just doesn't matter? He's dead, Shion. Our friend is dead. We're fighting this damn war to keep people alive.
Yeah, you're right. This is a war. Did you just realize that?
Yeah, Okami,
Zephyr
Bayonetta.
wasn't the first to
They're
die,
nearly
and
all
he sure
heaters.
won't be the
They're
last.
so good.
If you can't handle that, Alphen, then you should run back to Calaglia.
I've thought about doing a
And when you
FromSoft,
do,
like total
just remember to
total
leave the
gameography
blazing sword
exploration.
here, in
That would be
safer
very
hands.
challenging.
What's that supposed to mean?
You made her Viera? It just seemed to match. The hair color matches.
Damn it. She just thinks she can say whatever she likes. Bickering among ourselves at a time like this isn't gonna get us anywhere.
Demon Souls is emulatable? Oh, that's the least of my
Especially
concerns.
At a time like this.
I still have a fat PS3, so I'm covered with like the actual physical versions
Alright.
of discs.
Fine.
And most games are not the worst to get. Plus, I'm a rich streamer. Who's he talking to? Himself, which he does frequently. For streaming, you want better resolution? Maybe. I don't mind playing
So much for Ganabelt.
grainy, but I
Good riddance.
do. I am okay
Who
with
said
punching
it?
up res when it's
So-
possible to do it.
Was the Lord of Calaglia like Ganabelt too?
No. Balzef
I'm
was
I'm a
huge,
little
real
split on
tough
that.
guy act.
I'm honestly not sure what
Now
like
that I
Twitch
think of
audiences
it,
prefer.
His crest was different too.
Authentic
His was a
graphics
flaming cross.
or something brushed up and a little more clean and watchable.
I see.
Yeah, I do have the
But
Demon Souls
anyway,
remake, and
what
it is
do you guys
identical.
plan on doing from here?
We keep moving. 3 Renan Lords remain.
I mean-
and we won't rest until their thrones are empty as
How
well.
did they deal with world tendency in the new Demon Souls? Is it exactly the same?
That
The world
work for
tendency
you,
stuff is
Shion?
still in the game, like connected through multiplayer?
That was my end game from the beginning.
Hey, so if it's not too much trouble, could I maybe come along?
Oh,
Isn't Cyslodia your home?
I mean, yes, but it's just now that everyone knows what I've been hiding, well, it might be best to get as far away as I can until it all quiets down. Is that okay? I promise I'll pull my own weight.
Sure. You're welcome to join us.
24-hour Sims stream? That's like nothing, though. That's like just getting started with one
Taking
family.
off, huh?
24
Yeah.
hours straight of the Sims.
Thanks for everything.
That's Thursday.
It's too bad. I wish there was more we could do to pay you back for all you've done. I'll see to it personally that Zephyr's remains reach Calaglia safely.
What's next for Cyslodia?
I honestly couldn't tell you. The enemy infiltrated its way right to our core as a people.
It can also
Only time
literally
will
be
tell
Thursday,
if we
that's
can
true.
rise above our suspicions
Yeah.
and come together.
Zephyr once told me that so long as you don't give up, there's no wall that can't be torn down.
The main character reminds you of Tom
Sounds
Cruise,
about
huh?
right. And thanks to you, the greatest obstacle that was in our way is now gone.
Must be the eye patch, half
I suppose
mask,
the rest
and
of it will be up to us.
extra wide shades.
I look forward to seeing how far you'll go.
Oh, I almost forgot. Before you head off, there's something I wanted to give you.
Yeah, it's a dead ringer for Tom Cruise, isn't he? Demo disc 24 hours? Now that's an idea. That's a cool idea. I really do like rapid fire 24-hour streams. Because then at least, like, the benefits of subbing and extending the time of the stream are immediately known. Whereas something like,
look
oh
at
geez,
You scrub up
the
real
FMV
nice.
stream, people
There
have
was
to
a
know
part
the
of
games and be excited for them to want to spend to
It's
see
like
them on the
speaking to one of the
stream.
old Danon heroes from Legend.
Where to next?
Because I think the
Elden
DS Roulette
Mencia.
stream and the FMV
You're really
stream
going to travel in that
didn't
thing?
hit the full 24 hours, but
Why not?
the Doom Eternal
It's
one
not as heavy
did.
as it looks.
So
Actually, there's someone I was hoping we could invite along with us.
it's interesting to see which ones like rake in all
You
the
can't be
subs.
serious.
Ugh, Lifeline for 24 hours? God. I might get to like the second or third save point. It's so weird to me that people remember Lifeline in any capacity. Oh. Get that armpit hair out! And visible side hips.
Got
Yes!
someplace to be?
Can we see his penis bones?
Not really. I mean, I can't stay here, of course.
You're a cool dude.
Then again,
Nah, really.
There's no one waiting for me back in Calaglia either.
God. Twink Law's
Plenty
best
of
law.
ditches along the road.
Like with
Maybe
big baggy
I'll find
pants,
one to
too.
die in.
How about a fresh start?
After the kinds of things I've done, I don't know where I'd even begin.
Your father said that as long as you face the past, there's hope.
Any desire to
think
finish
it might be a
Omicron?
little late for
Absolutely.
that.
That game felt like
He also
Shenmue.
said he'd fought and lost all
I was
his
into it.
life, but didn't regret it in the slightest.
I unironically like Lifeline. Ooh. I only played it when it came out,
only
and I did
over
not
when
like
you
it then.
give up.
I might like it now.
Keep fighting, and even that wall inside you can be
Doom
broken
Novel helped the
down.
24-hour stream? That's a good point, Rannick. So maybe my thinking is
Don't
there
you
has to
wanna
be
see
something
what your
quirky
dad saw on
that I
the other
tease
side
out
of that wall?
every sub
What he
extension.
was fighting for?
Yeah. That might be the go-to. I don't know if it's always book reading though. Maybe
Do you
I
think
mean it
I'm
worked
even
before.
ready
Might
to?
as well do it again.
That's for you to decide.
Talking over this very inspirational moment. You gonna be a daddy figure now? Would you rather fight a chicken every time you get into your car, or fight an
sick of losing
orangutan once a
everything I
year and
love.
get a cool sword
Of
afterwards?
running from life.
Would I get a new sword
Maybe
every
all that's
year?
left is to just turn around
And do I have to
face
win?
it.
Because you're asking me if, like, can an orangutan beat your ass for, like, 5 minutes? Ugh, okay. I don't know that I could beat a wild orangutan
Count me in.
hand-to-hand combat. And it would, like, I'd have to, like,
Finally.
train
I
every
thought you'd
year
never
for
finish.
that.
We've still got a ways
Yeah,
to
an
go.
orangutan will tear my arms and my balls off. A chicken is gonna scratch the fuck out of me. Like, what is winning against a chicken? Do I just throw it out the window?
Here we go, Hoodle.
Pay-per-view event on Twitch, yeah. Maybe that's it too. Like the me versus orangutan fight, excuse me. Maybe that's a subathon. 24-hour fight an orangutan. You have to sub to make me fight the monkey longer. Floodlight slave labor has saturated it with light astral energy. Jesus.
This armor was a gift from Bregan. What if it really did belong to a Danon hero once upon a time?
Anime time.
Hey, did you make off with that armor while none of us were looking? Because I've gotta admit, you look pretty snazzy in it.
He didn't steal it, if that's what you mean. Bregan gave it to him as a parting gift.
Ah, right. Although it makes sense, I guess. It's like a symbol of rebellion in its own way.
Which is why it should have been your father wearing this. Not me.
I don't know. I don't think he could have pulled it off like you, man.
Yep, your new daddy.
I wonder what the last wearer of this armor was dreaming of for Cyslodia when they decided to rise up and fight.
Who knows? Anyone who could have answered that is long gone. Truth is always lost with the departed.
Are you saying there's no point in trying to understand why they gave up their lives?
No. Only that it's impossible to know for sure. Look, I can tell that you're concerned about Cyslodia's future. But we do have other things to take care of. You can't shoulder all of the world's problems, Alphen.
A cross between new daddy and step-bro? Okay.
You'll only find yourself buried by the weight of it all.
Positive male role model.
My path is forward, and I'll do what I can, here and now.
You were born in Calaglia, right, Law?
Oh yeah. It's scalding hot all the time there, so I was shocked when I learned Cyslodia is the exact opposite. Not to mention dark.
Not anymore, thankfully.
How did you even manage to cross the border between realms? All 5 realms are supposed to be closed off, due to the nature of the crown contest.
What? Is this an interrogation now?
I didn't mean it like that. I just figured if a Dahnan like you was able to slip between realms, it could come in handy later.
Ah, good thinking. I don't think I really did anything all that creative, though.
What? Don't tell me you climbed over the walls of fire.
Oh, hell no. Not even Zeugles could do something that crazy.
Zeugles?
Nah, I stowed away.
In what?
Oh, you'll like this. The realms don't maintain much contact with each other, but there are resources each is looking to trade for. So, there are cargo convoys from each of the lords that go around a few times a year to lend those resources to each other.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was the only time the gates of Calaglia would ever open up.
Right. Obviously, they don't let Dahnans ride with them, so I snuck on board inside some cargo instead.
So you were carried out of the realm? You did great not getting caught. Way to go.
Let's just say I've always had a knack for sneaking around since I was little. I was also really desperate to get the hell out of Calaglia at the time. I had more guts than brains that day. If I had to guess, I probably wasn't the first one to ever do something like that. Dahnan or Renan.
Uno Grandpa asks if I got
Ganondorf
legit scared by anything during the ghost
hunt.
So I got a few little like I got a few little shivers here and there.
We should always assume that the enemy
being
is
in that room in the
informed
dark
about whatever it is
was
that we may be up
harrowing.
to, wherever we go.
If there was like a noise or anything, it would have rattled me. But it was just so quiet. When the park keeper did a little trick with his phone, that scared me a little bit. Listening to that one cage with the parabolic microphone and hearing that like weird static, that was pretty spooky. I would say the only time I got really scared was when the keeper did his phone thing, which was awesome. But everything else was just like high levels of mystery and whimsy and intrigue. And there was some pretty creepy. It's pretty creepy when the stream cut out. But good, I'm glad. Yeah, I ripped the VOD from Twitch and I uploaded it to YouTube, so hopefully more people can see it. But I think at some point it maybe got a little too garbled for people to properly enjoy the stream. So it's always tough to tell from my perspective. But I gotta take a quick bio break. I'll be right back.
This kind of hardware to do exactly.
What up, everybody? It's me. I'm back. I ate some Brussels sprouts and some vegetable rice and some beans. Behold the radiance of my health. The utter shining beacon of nutrition that I have become. Alright. Oh yeah. Got some armor, inspirational talk. Became Law's stepbro. We might smooch later. It'll be very forbidden. Rick, thank you for the cheer. Yeah, I'm curious about Windows 11. I'm always curious about new operating systems. It's fun to just dive in there and root around and see what they changed and why. Zephyr dead. Yeah.
Stay sharp.
Oh, okay. This is just this dungeon still. Hey, what's up, Scott Hall? That was pretty good. Got past a boss fight I was
don't sense any more enemies.
really jammed on for a while. I can change this back. Oh yeah, increased aggro. I think that's what I had on my main guy. But maybe it's not so necessary anymore. Oh yeah, I can change my strats back to this. Okay. Just dated Android 12 and they took away some customization I really liked. Yeah, I got a I was able to get one of the Pixel 6s, which I needed because my last phone, I'd cracked the screen, got a replacement, and the replacement's colors are kind of wonked. Like, it's just really yellow and kind of gross looking. It's a small thing to complain about, but I was excited to get a new display from the manufacturer. Yeah, and the screen is beautiful like I'd hoped, but they haven't sent me the case yet. Maybe that's one of the things hanging out off the coast of California. But I have been, poking around Android 12 because it shipped on it. And it's, I kind of like the look of it, but there's some things that either I don't know how to do yet or you can't do anymore, so. JC was eating those beans, thinking about those beans. It does think it's a Link, or part of it anyway. So I got a Pixel 2. I really... There was one of the Pixel phones, it may have been the 3, that I really, really liked. It was just like the perfect size. And it's all been a little too big since then. And the Pro is way larger. I got the 5 because it was kind of smaller, but I actually think I do like the bigger screen now. Now that I do some more stuff on it, like, I've tried to video edit on it, and a couple of more, like, work task things. And having a bigger screen is super useful in that regard.
Hey.
This is touching advice. It's kind of weird that Alphen is such a talented advice giver, given that he is amnesiac. Like, where did he gain all of this life wisdom? I guess maybe at some point in the story they might address that, but I always thought that was like part of the weird charm and kind of absurdist comedy of Yakuza, is that Kiryu always has like a life lesson to drop on somebody. Oh yeah, the fingerprint scanner. I have largely never been a fan of, like, just, front glass finger scanners. Because, yeah, for me, they were always super inaccurate. And I even switched phones because of that. But this one hasn't been bad. It was pretty rough, bizarrely, for, like, the first, like, 5 or 6 times I tried to unlock with my thumbprint. It just wouldn't effing go. And I was like, God damn it. Is it gonna be this again? Is it gonna be this again? But then I guess, I don't know, AI kicked in, and now it works pretty reliably. Maybe I learned the touch, but I can at least use my phone when I want to now, which is nice. The thing that I've noticed is, like, it's hard to keep this asshole charged. It drops charge like crazy. I went to bed with it like pretty fully charged. Well, maybe I did use it before I went to sleep, but I did a little bit of usage before bed, woke up, and it was at 70%, and it was just sitting there all night. So, maybe do you leave Bluetooth on all the time? Bluetooth eats battery like crazy. I guess I do. Maybe it is Bluetooth. Huh. It implies that he learned a lot from Zephyr, but we see like 2 conversations between them, and immediately Alphen takes his role of the group dad and does it well. It's almost jarring how sagacious he can be. Yeah, it works because it's like, it kind of reminds me of like, it is, I think, anime protagonist syndrome. And I think it's maybe expressive of what Japanese culture sees as leadership qualities. Because I do see it a lot in sort of anime protagonist, of like always saying the motivating thing. Through words, being able to like coach people back into hope and aspiration. Yeah, JC. Gonna get an Uncrustable, some G Fuel, and a blanket. It's one of those treat yourself days. It's one of those no bones days. Dad equal leader? Yeah, I guess so. I think it's what it says to me is, and maybe I'm being a little too romantic, but I think it says it's a leader who can not only solve a problem, but also can provide vision and a constructive, motivating force to people. Not only like get it done and beat the bad guy, but fix people's hearts too. The Mr. Rogers quality. Is it a No Bones Day? It was a No Bones Day yesterday for sure, I think. It was No Bones Day after Halloween because that was an impressive slump. Now it is. I tend to turn my phone off, or I tend to turn off my phone Monday night. I leave it off until I'm getting ready to go to work. I used to never turn off my phone. Yeah, the people... I've heard some rumblings about the psychological benefits of not having a phone on hand. Maybe that is part of it. Maybe I need to take a harsher look at screen time? Although I guess yesterday was a pretty heavy phone night. Because I just kind of turned off. Here, I don't dislike it in the way I tend to dislike it in some other anime-ish stuff. Because here, I guess the role is of a liberator via the plot, so he fits it. Where that's not always the case and stuff. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. One of the one of the crazy things is you do play that role in Final Fantasy XIV. You're always bringing people inspiration, but you say very little. So the ways that they work around that, or even like lean into it, sometimes are pretty adorable at times. Just like a little potato man going "ba ba 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 ba" can make people go to war. It's been inspired. Yeah, it's expected of the Warrior of Light. Yeah, I'm excited to see, because Shadowbringers, its story itself kind of was commentary and incorporation of sort of JRPG storytelling tropes. Which was really cool and super graceful and very clever. So I'm excited to see. I don't expect that again, really. It's more that, because that's like, it's not the kind of trick that I think you want to do more than once. I don't think it'd work if you do the same thing or try to do the same thing. Mike Dollarsign, thank you for the sub. I accidentally was a dumbass the other night while high, go figure. I blew a candle and ended up blowing wax into my face. Well, yeah. Well, I do tend to agree with Nick in chat there. JC, you do tend to be high a lot. I will say that I have also in the past blown wax on something. I think that is something that is kind of a common thing to do before you realize it's something that you can do. You know what I mean?
Sure. We're happy to have you.
Aww.
But are you sure you don't want to head back to Calaglia?
Yeah. I'm not sure how I can help yet. But for now, I'm going to follow Alphen and see what happens next.
Lovely good times. Thanks for the prime. Actually, wait. Can I go back and do side quests? The world is your oyster.
Do you sense one of your friends, Noodle?
At least it will be after I rescue this poor, sad, lonely owl.
Where
that
does
reminds
that
me.
drawbridge connect to?
No idea. But I've seen it get lowered. It can't be lowered from this side anyway. So it's useless to us.
There was a Hoodle alert somewhere, and I don't remember finding that.
Ow! Here I come!
Here I go! You got only getting started!
Be still!
Air drop! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Take this!
Freeze
Swallow
laser!
blade!
The anime dudes in this are hot, especially the villains.
Swallow blade!
That last dude was okay, I guess.
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry.
Law seems like he's more the thirst trap so far. He lost his dad. He's got a temper. He's fiery. He's trying to figure out how to be a good person, but he doesn't know how.
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
He's got them hips popping, banging.
With my comrades, I'm unstoppable.
Yeah, you
And
tell
what
him.
about without them?
More stoppable?
Balthier from 12 is a dreamboat. 12 had an interesting array of anime guys. I thought the owl was going to be down here. Huh. More of a Steiner man? Steiner's too darn adorable. I don't know that 9 really has any dreamboats, but it has some really memorable and endearing characters. Speaking of 9, I'm gonna see if I can hook up the MacBook and play the second part of Fantasian here in a minute. Where's that owl? What? Maybe that's just an alert to say that there is an owl in this zone. A quick one when you like come in. Because it's not Poodle's not popping out again. That's what happened before. There was a little hoot right at the beginning and then nothing. Anyway, Fantasian's really rad. It's the latest game from Mistwalker, which is Hironobu Sakaguchi, or the producer of most of the classic Final Fantasy games and also Final Fantasy IX. And Fantasian is very much in the creative spirit of Final Fantasy IX, but it has like an even better combat system, which is great. Having fun with this game? Would you recommend it?
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Let's see here. Law I can't take seriously because he's, well, A, he's 16. B, his voice actor is Chat Noir from Miraculous Ladybug, so I can't hear anything but him making bad cat puns. Okay, yeah, I can see how that's that walls off the brain quite nicely. Isn't there a leak that 9 is getting a remake? I saw a headline, but I don't know where it came from. That'd be cool, though. I guess there's no reason for Square not to. 7 remake seems to have performed well. Did I? Oh, I haven't gone this way yet. So what's down here? Gorillas!
Gotta break through! Take this!
But I played the first part. It was on the short side, but it really did have all the spirit of an old Final Fantasy game, like a 16-bit Final Fantasy game. It was really good, even down to like some of the weird like comedic notes, the oddly endearing characters, the like kind of thought-provoking setting. It was a real nice surprise, and really nice to see that like Sakaguchi can still make that kind of game when he wants to.
Energy was incredible.
I gave it everything I had.
I think he hinted about producing content for Final Fantasy XIV, which would be the most like Ouroboros wonderful thing. Six is too much to redo without making an established main character. Now that would be real interesting, because I think there's a very wide artistic gulf between how Final Fantasy VI looks and presents itself in game versus like Amano's character art of stuff, which I don't know that you would want to double down on that fully. I mean, they didn't really for 7. Like what would it look like? I guess Lost Odyssey is your best shot of a modern Final Fantasy VI, which itself is an amazing game. So it's appealing, I think. Although I think like the steampunk trappings of 6 aren't quite as hot as like the cyberpunk trappings of 7, just in terms of general theming. But I think it could find an audience. Much prefer a full remake of 5? Oh, it's an interesting proposition. I don't know that. Well, that would. I guess I'm imagining. Like, I guess it's hard to imagine a very expensive game or a AAA game that has that level of whimsy. Artistically, like you said, 6 could be harder to express. They'd have to redo the artistic direction for 6. I think there's some design elements you can scale up, especially from like the pixel art of the cities and stuff like that. Zoogles? Zoogles. Zoogle! Mage coat.
The design.
Ooh.
design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Unless it's an HD pixel remake like Dragon Quest III. Well, I guess that's... I don't know what the... Like, they're gonna get there eventually. I think 5... They're up to re-releasing 5. So they are doing pixel remakes of Final Fantasy. The 16-bit ones. But I didn't have a whole lot of interest in them, because like... I honestly am not sure... It's almost like they're moving away from an evocative art style with the remasters. Maybe it's because that style is sort of emblematic for like video game RPGs because it is Final Fantasy. But the remakes almost tend to move away from the distinct, like expressiveness of the original sprites. It's very bizarre. I don't remember why I paused. Oh yeah, I have to put on the gear. Who can wear that? You can. Zoogle. This is the HD pixel remake for Dragon Quest III. It actually looks awesome. I don't know if I can put it on... Like, I don't want to get claimed. Claimed. Oh, okay. Yeah. You can, It's fairly simple. Like, that's almost like... It's almost like a Doom map or something. Turning 2D maps into a 3D space where, like, the 3D is still... It's not really a dimension. That looks pretty cool. I'm into that. Hey, Holy Sith, welcome back. Yeah, Octopath Traveler thing. Yeah, I don't know. Octopath Traveler, for me at least, I know there's some people who enjoyed that game, but for me that was a reminder that, like, there's more to the game than just, like, the pixels and the dungeons and the treasure chests and the levels. I think the stories almost felt too prototypical.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Too generic. Like I was trying so hard to be the thing, it was never anything else but that thing. You know what it was? It's like, I played so many mobile RPGs just like that. Because after a while, mobile actually had a ton of just like very typical JRPGs all over the place. And a ton of them were super, super forgettable.
Certainly not
like,
bad.
imitating
No
the style
complaints
music, imitating the style gameplay, just everything imitating the style. And that's kind of what it felt like coming away from Octopath.
Finally.
Was that it was a celebration of all the tropes
is it?
without really being much unto itself.
This'll be a delicious piece of cake. Here I go. I'm only getting started.
But they're doing a sequel, so... And maybe that was the whole point. Sometimes I neglect that. That might have been the intention.
We turned the table. We've got flyers.
I got this. Let
Big
a
fly now?
marksman handle it.
All yours. Take this.
Glacier
I'll take you all off. Do it. Here I come. Whoa. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Oh. Okay, so I guess when Hootle pops, that just means there's an owl in the zone. Oh. Oh, you don't say. I see, yes. Go on. Yeah, isn't Octopath Traveler 2 a thing? Am I completely wrong about that? They announced that, right? Drinking back to earlier, I will say, yes, I'm a stoner, but my job keeps me honest. So yeah, not high 24/7. Alright. As long as you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your responsibilities. Yeah, Triangle Strategy is something different. That's more of like a spiritual reimagining of Final Fantasy Tactics, right? That was my understanding. Oh baby. I wore half frames until like 2013.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
Then it was time to mix up my style a little bit. Oh, it's from the same team? Oh, it's a new Ogre Ogre Battle? Ogre Tactics. Jeez. Those are both games too. I never played Tactics Ogre. I played Ogre Battle. A couple of them. I want to try Yakuza on Game Pass. Can I start at 3 without missing much? That would actually probably not be recommended. I would say start with 0. Is there a reason you'd like to start with 3 specifically? I mean, do whatever you want. That's what video games are for. But 0 is probably where you should start. Yeah, most people would recommend starting with 0. Miles Roman, thank you. I've lived my entire life trying to become a legendary gamer. Good to hear you say that. Alright, neat. Strong opinions about Yakuza in chat, though. 3 fucking sucks is why.
What's wrong?
Too intimidated to get into Yakuza? Oh, is it just like fandom's too big? It'd be like getting into Undertale at this point.
Really?
It's now like it's loaded.
Ah!
Sure.
Oh, the size of them? Yeah. Oh gosh. Occasionally I'll see people celebrating like 100%ing every Yakuza game on the Yakuza subreddit. And it's just like thousands upon thousands of hours. That's a meaningful investment. That's when you live in the game world for a while. There's a lot of people out there who know Mahjong now that never would have learned it otherwise. What I want to know, what's the playtime of somebody that has 100%ed Final Fantasy XIV? Or is such a thing even possible? Surely it's possible. It's a video game. And surely it's been done. I guess every patch it becomes more difficult to maintain that. 100% any game is just a dumb, pointless chore. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I'm trying to remember the times I actually enjoyed it. The payoff in a game like Final Fantasy VII, where 100%ing it basically means you get like Knights of the Round. Getting to see something cool exclusively at the end of that grind is always like, I think, really rewarding. Or needing it to beat like an optional boss or something like that. It gives you the weapon that allows you to do the one thing in the game. As a guy who got every single achievement in every single Final Fantasy game, including 14, he's a true champion. Does that also include 11? Because that is ghastly. Oh, you 100%ed Fallout 4? Nice. You 100%ed Honeycomb Studio? Nice. That's awesome. Did you get all the trading cards?
Hey.
You make all the badges?
Right.
Those games are surprisingly enjoyable. I guess it's not that surprising.
Right. Nice work.
Oh, I can make an apple pie?
Hey!
The only 100% I'm proud of was Demon's Souls on PS3. Yeah, that's actually pretty complicated. That requires some alignment manipulation and stuff, right? Crunch, crunch.
What?
Oh, is his clothes gonna blow off? Come on. Yes. It's always interesting to see, like, the level of anime trope they're allowed to express back through a game engine. I'm sure they would have loved some kind of, like, overlay effects, but they're like, can we do that? Ugh, not really. Alright, the cutaway. That's good.
Shion.
I like the cutaway gag. I've just about 100%ed 14. Not from trying to, just because I put so many thousands hours into the game. I believe it. I believe it.
What?
I'm wondering, Captain, do you feel like, man, those places have... You've got to have very real projections of those places. Those digital towns and landscapes and stuff. That's just where you spent a significant portion of your life at this point. That's cool to think about. There are non-real spaces that are very real just because of the time and life experiences we've had there.
Boy, talk about a spry old man.
I can't wait to see him again.
You really liked that apple pie, didn't you?
Oh man, I am totally down with a storyline of Shion, like, finally expressing excitement about food. I hope she dorks out about food
A
hard.
lot of fish swimming around in this pond, huh?
Are they edible?
Sure, they're edible, but we've got no way to catch any.
See? She wants them fish. You count limited time achievements as 100%. I can't imagine somebody having all the PvP achieves in 14. Why, are there some you just can't get anymore? I have corners of residential wards that I remember from singular events years ago. Aw.
I hate camping out.
I like the idea of walking around and pointing out places where things happened. Just like taking somebody else through your old neighborhood. PvP at 14 is so awful. Yeah, it's not for that. For sure. But, is it just like it's hard to find matches because people don't play it? Is that the idea? The wonderful thing about Final Fantasy is that you can log in, do something productive for your character every day, and it can just be something different each day. Just loads to do. Yeah. And there's daily mechanics for most things, too. And all, like, there's a good currency system that's pretty balanced. Yeah. I've never done a single PvP anything in 14, ever. It's not hard to find matches, it's just not fun to play. I've never really enjoyed MMO PvP combat in anything. I can't think of a game where I've liked it. Is PvP becoming a thing in 14? I don't think so. But then again, you know, I don't know that community very well. PvP requires coordination? Okay, see, there's no way to just, like, queue random and have a good time. Alright, well, whatever, you got nothing. You got nothing! I am looking to fish. There's seasonal PvP events with rankings in 14 and have been for years. Ah! And there are achievements based on...
I guess even someone as fashionable as you wouldn't know a whole lot about
based on placement
armor,
of those?
right?
Not really, no. Like, what's with that scarf? I don't remember that being with any of the armor we found back there.
Oh, well, remember how you told me you thought I'd look good wearing some blue? I took your advice to heart and decided to give it a go.
Oh, I see. Well, it suits you.
Would you say I've learned to spruce things up like you suggested?
I wouldn't go that far.
That's cute. 14 PvP is hive mind and not in a good way. Huh. I got all the PvP mounts, so I'm good. You've extracted the necessary... the only desired elements. Okay. Look at that delicious pie. Look at all those apples. The apple pie that I'm used to is lame. Like, all the apple pies I ate growing up were mostly just filling. Like, apple-flavored goo in the middle, not actual layered apples. Talk to little bro.
Mind if I join you, Law?
See how he's doing.
Hey, Alphen. When do you find the time to train?
What's brought this on all of a sudden?
It's just, even without the blazing sword, you'd still be able to hold your own, right? But I never see you training.
I'd hardly call it a regimen. Unless exchanging blows with Zeugles counts.
Oh, lovely good times. Thanks for the prime
sure,
sub.
I get that real-life practice beats training any day. But you must have the odd trick or two up your sleeve.
I just told you. I really don't.
Wait, I've got it. It's your armor, right? You channel the extra weight into your strikes and...
It's actually not as heavy as it looks.
So not the armor, huh? In that case...
Just calm down a little, would you? Why are you so fixated on this anyway?
Well, because I want to make myself stronger.
You're strong enough as it is. I almost feel sorry for those Renan soldiers.
It's not enough. I need to keep working to get stronger. I won't allow myself to fail anyone again.
Law?
I'm useless the way I am now. If someone else dies because of me...
Law.
Sorry. Spiraling into self-doubt won't do me any favors. I know that.
None of us are invincible, Law. We're all just getting by, doing the best we can.
Garsh.
That's all we can ask of each other, right? It's as good a place as any to start, I guess.
To start what?
My new training regimen, of course. And what
there it
better
is.
way to kick it off than push-ups? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I admire your enthusiasm.
So fiery.
Just don't overdo it, okay?
Just wait. You'll see how strong I can get.
Yes.
I'll take guard duty tonight. It's fine. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
We ate some fish stew. I made a new friend. Hate these things, but I'm gonna come here anyway because my drop rate is up. Yeah.
This will be a delicious piece of cake. Our next we're coming through.
Step Rochi.
Mega Ray.
That's quite a talent.
Your father once made the same remark.
So even my dad knows it, huh? Now you see what I can do.
So those something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
All aboard the victory train.
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
How dare you? That's just how people get when they have a tummy full of delicious stew. I've wanted to replay 15, because I didn't play all the episodes, and I didn't play the rework chapter 13. So the ending was just a total nothing for me, because I had no understanding of any of that
Sorry.
crap.
Just a little travel weary is all. Looking forward to finally getting out of here, you know?
The parts that worked pretty
Still
well, though.
beating yourself up about your dad, aren't you?
Also, I don't understand
I'd be
why
lying if I
anyone was
said
supposed to
I
care
wasn't.
about Luna Freya.
But that's not
Wait,
what I was just
Luna.
thinking about.
Princess, whatever her name is.
Oh?
Like
I
she's
never
in that
did tell
she's
you
in a
how I
room
ended
the
up
whole
hanging
game, and
around
they never
with
even
Snake
show
Eyes, did
her
I?
expressing a whole lot of
Not
like I guess that's the Japanese
All I
vision of
know
an
is you had
ephemeral
fallen out
beauty,
with your
like the
dad
bird in a
and away
cage kind of
from
thing.
home.
But
Getting to Sislodia
didn't work for me at
almost
all.
killed me. Once there, though, I actually ended up joining a resistance organization, believe it or not. Of course, before long, someone ratted us out. And we were ambushed by the Snake Eyes.
Princess
I've
background
never
prop.
seen such brutality.
Yeah,
If I hadn't surrendered, I don't know
Aranea.
why.
Yeah.
They let me live.
Wait, which one's Aranea?
They made me watch as they butchered
Oh,
my
she was the
friends right
mean
in
one,
front of
right?
my eyes.
She's
I
angry.
still have
She's the angry one.
nightmares. I hear
She's the
roars of
dragoon,
Zeugles as
basically?
my friends scream. The snow stained
Yeah.
red with blood. And all the while, those bastards
Yeah, she was awesome.
laughing.
That's what's
I
weird
thought
is
that
like
with Ganabo
the game actually
defeated,
has pretty
I'd be
good
able to put it all
characterization.
behind me. Turns out that was a
but
little optimistic.
the princess is just
I
a
was
total
terrified they
like
would
wisp of
kill
a
me,
nothing.
too.
Very strange.
So I wound up betraying the memory of my
I don't know why they
friends
did it that way.
and getting my old man killed in the process. I wonder if I'm any braver now. What if one day I panic again and end up running away like always?
And leave us behind? You really think you'd do that?
I hope not. But who's to say what I'm really capable of?
Ah, I found you.
Oh, Tack. See,
Something wrong, Rinwell?
Tack Dan. I
How
liked
very
Kingsglaive
perceptive of you.
too. I actually
When
really
turned
enjoyed
around,
it.
You were gone, so we
And I
came
thought
back to look
it
for
added
you.
an interesting
Maybe tell us next time you
angle of
decide to
understanding
stop.
to the opening
We
of
need
15.
all our manpower to
And it
face
certainly
these Zeugles.
explained why Noctis was in
Jeez,
exile.
okay. I can't help it when nature calls, can I?
Nature? Ew, gross. Here?
And
Let's
it
make
makes
tracks,
it
shall
makes
we?
like the opening conversation
I hope he
between
makes
the
it through
king and
this.
Noctis
You
make a
invited
ton
him
more
along.
sense too if you've
He's
seen
your
Kingsglaive.
liability.
And I thought it had
He's Sephiroth's son, shit.
wicked action. Like there was a
What was I
couple of really
supposed to
cool
do?
scenes in it.
Just
So
leave him?
I was okay with it.
Fine. Just don't come crying to me about it, all right? I've got enough deadbeats slowing me down as it is.
It's a bad thing where you isn't that a bad thing where you need a separate movie to make the game make sense? So that I think there's a lot more tolerance for that in Japan than there is here. Western audiences kind of
Why did
demand
people
that
dig this
each
path
work
so
be
far underground?
valuable standalone,
Maybe it was
but
too dangerous on the mountains for them to traverse over them.
that doesn't
So
seem to
you're
be
saying that before Dana was
such a
conquered,
stopping matter.
Danans made this so that they'd have a way to get through the mountains?
If I had to guess, they might have even lived inside of these once upon a time.
Oh, it does still say
Not
on lunch
like
break.
there's
Oh
any
crap.
way of knowing now. Not after all our history was lost.
No, it wasn't lost. It was stolen from us by the Renans because they thought slaves didn't need it. And because keeping it around would have made it harder to control us.
It's not all gone. Look at that over there.
What is it? It looks like a broken piece from a dish or something.
Probably. It's true the Renans erased a lot of our history. But if we look hard enough, I think we'll find there's still plenty of it
Western
left.
storytelling versus Eastern storytelling?
But first,
Yeah.
we have to win the
I
freedom
think-
to even look for it.
We'll win it all right. Then we'll reclaim
I think
our
what leaves a
history.
sour taste, at least from what I get a negative like reaction to, if I'm like thinking about the way that I process it, it feels like an arbitrary construction to try and get me to buy more stuff. You know, when it's split up across mediums and things like that. So I can see somebody cynically wanting to dismiss something that's architected that way. But I will say, I watched Kingsglaive and then I played 15, and I liked 15 more, and I enjoyed watching the movie. So, I guess it's harder to do well, but when it's done well, it's not a problem, I guess. And that's kind of that was part of the issue, though. I got the other end of that with the ending, because I don't think it existed at the time. Whatever supporting content was supposed to explain what the heck that conflict was about and what Arden's whole deal was. You basically don't understand the motivations of the villain at all in 15, based on what's in the game. Ow! And like, I remember there just being some like random dialogue during the last fight that itself was so bonkers insane. Oh, shucks. That it was kind of hard to really process much of anything. The motivation's a lot clearer now after the DLCs. Yeah, that's the part that sucks, is when a significant portion of your ability to buy into a narrative is based on lore that doesn't even exist yet.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger ready!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Or you just never finished 15? It's probably more worth it now than it was as soon as it came out. Because all the content is there, and I guess, what is it, there's like an edition that has everything all bundled up, so you can get the full experience. I guess the only other like side thing is you should probably watch Kingsglaive, but they don't at all talk about the crystal in the base game or even explain what it can do. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Crystal.
I guess Messiah is the first place we met. Hala.
Yeah, I was a Snake Eye and you were a Silver Sword. Who would have thought we'd end up on the same team?
You make an odd pair.
Oh, there's also the anime about the bros.
You
That's
guys are the odd
true.
ones, running with a Renin.
Brotherhood? Is that what that's called? I added that to my queue on Crunchyroll and then never watched it. That doesn't seem like it's as important, lore-wise, though. Oh, if you want more backstory? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the essential points of a story being behind multiple paywalls. I get it, Robert. When something is commercial entertainment, like it's a product that you buy, then I guess, yeah, it's just down to whether or not you think it's worth it or not, or how offended you may be by feeling compelled to do it. Kingsglaive movie was alright, but it didn't make me want to play the game more. Huh. I could see that. I watched Kingsglaive on the plane.
Is the blazing sword okay?
Coming back from my Japan trip, and Final Fantasy had just come out too, so I was like going home to play it. So that was my exposure to Kingsglaive. It was very much like an extended loading screen for starting 15. That's kind of how I saw it. Jesus, I took a lot of damage.
Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a hero! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a hero!
Well done! Old-fashioned interference!
Glad you have your uses. Hold together. Just a little longer.
Thanks for the sympathy.
Get it together. We need you informed. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Take this!
Yeah, an extended tutorial cinematic. Exactly. I guess if I'm trying to be permissive, well, no, I still feel like, especially since it's a movie, you could have at least included select scenes or something in the game, to sort of like maybe like a prologue cut. Now, there's not much of a reason to leave that out, I think. And then if people are intrigued and want to see the full version, they can buy the film. But I thought that was maybe a little bizarre, but there wasn't like a narrative cut down of Kingsglaive included on the disc. I have enjoyed every single Final Fantasy movie/anime thing so far, but I'm a big Final Fantasy simp, so... You know, I never saw the show based on 5. Like, the one... There was like an anime in the late 90s called Final Fantasy? I never watched that. Captain, you seem like the kind of person that found that and saw it. Oh, Strider, thank you for the resub. 17 months of very profound discussions about serious topics, followed by random silly thoughts and ideas. I will never tire of it here. I'm very glad to hear that, Strider. Because you basically described my thought process.
I won't forgive you!
Oh, Jesus.
This one's mine! He's the enemy's arch!
Too strong! No complaints here! Hey, when did I get so popular?
It's over!
Here goes!
Dazzle! Here I come!
Not on my watch!
Here I come! It's over!
Here it is! Let's do it!
Demon Fang!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Right, next one!
Already on!
Let's get you off the floor!
Sword Blade!
I can carve through one!
I'm not done! I'm on it! Double Demon Fang! Eat this!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
So cool. Dr. Sinwar says, makes me think of Tales of
Knowing when we're
Xillia
in
and
too
Xillia
deep,
2.
isn't it?
2 only exists because they didn't have time to finish the first game in whole for the intended anniversary release. Then the second game covered a lot of what was meant to be in the second half of the game, then had a bunch else to become its own thing. Not everyone was a fan of it, but it made me like both games a lot more across the whole story. Yeah, that's sort of, like in the back of my mind. That's sort of what I was thinking when I was opining about 15, is that maybe they just didn't have time. I feel like sometimes that's really what it is. When something falls short of its, of like a much more natural rollout, it's often because the people in charge, it's not like because they just didn't think of it. Usually obvious ideas, smart people have thought of too. Especially if you can sit down in 5 minutes and be like, well, you should just do blank. Somebody else probably thought of that. That's one of the things I've learned. But anyway, yeah, that's maybe a part of it. Makes me kind of want to play Tales of Xillia now. But here's this big boy game. Let's see right in front of me. It's weird too because I feel like to some degree that has happened less lately. Games in the last 2 years have arrived in a pretty, well, I guess maybe excepting something like Cyberpunk, have arrived in a pretty impressive state of completeness. Well, Watch Dogs Legion was kind of jank. I guess there's been some examples of undercooked
We may
games.
tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
I guess it's more the highs. The highs seem higher and more common. The ones that really kind of hit a good level of feature completeness. State Rat? There we go. I was like, dang it, I remember this. I learned something. Hey, it's good to see you again.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Ubisoft is almost always jank. Well, yeah, I guess there was Unity, and all their open world stuff is usually a little busted. That's true.
Does anyone else feel within the sky?
Very well. You're not looking so good.
I'll be fine. Really, don't worry.
Should have messed with me.
I never miss.
These crabs are actually kind of giving it to me.
Crush you! Lightning reflexes!
Yeah, Ubisoft is in a weird spot right now. They've been pretty, I think, explicit, or as diplomatic as they can be. They've been pretty explicit about their intention to like not to just make what sells now. It's kind of depressing given the sort of creative the creative bursts that used to be behind their output. They basically kind of like sectioned it off, and now like they have they still have divisions for it, but yeah, they've made it pretty clear that that's just
Moving.
they make a certain kind of thing for a certain market, and it seems to be pretty good business for them so far. It's not very risky though, that's for sure. And it's weird because they used to be very risky. Some of my like favorite games came from Ubisoft and their intense desire to like add artistic flair to their games. That does seem to have burned away entirely.
Right, here goes! Take this! Take this! Swallow blade! Double feeding back! Take this!
Oops.
Do it! Soda! Eat this! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Michel Ancel left the company because I guess there was just nothing happening. I don't know. They didn't really comment on it. Last stream I made a joke on the pronunciation of my username, which you then took as the correct way to say it. Oh no! Though he said it first off was right. Stayed raw the small. Okay. Joke was the correct way of saying it. Sorry about that. Okay. State raw. Okay. I got it. Thank you for the cheer. You didn't need to cheer for that, but I appreciate it. Yeah, that's an F. That's an F. Can you believe it? From the world's most popular streamer. It can only be art first as a big company for so long. Eventually someone comes along and just sees dollar signs. I agree, and I've seen it happen. It's okay. It doesn't bother me, really. I do think that is the natural state of things, and I do think that there's no point in fighting it. At some point, it's like a large business needs predictability. A large business has responsibilities. A large business can't really be agile. Like there's certain almost like states of nature in business that you can't get around. So, I think the goal is, and largely this is kind of the same path everywhere, is that for the people who want to be small, agile, and take risks, okay. You do it with a little less money. You do it, as an independent studio. You go after your own thing. And if it's like it all scales to the size of the market. There will always be people trying to hunt for the next like indie sensation because the return is so ridiculous on the investment. But largely, it's just like whatever people buy and however much of it they buy dictates what people will fund. Venture capital, but in games? Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that's all publishers, right? Games are essentially themselves venture capital. When a publisher gives a developer money in exchange for like a portion of the sales, yeah, that's venture capital set up like right there. Or maybe, I don't know. I guess I'm actually have to acknowledge that I don't specifically know what the term means.
Get lost.
It's certainly a form of investment. Never thought of it like that. Yeah, the setup is actually kind of fucked, really, for developers. I mean, every deal is different, but it is certainly a rough setup to have to go under on money first. You borrow the money to fund your studio while you make the game, and then you have to pay that money back. And if you get back to neutral, that's considered success. Like, you've got to be open. You got to be open and pay yourself and pay everyone else for that amount of time and make a product. And now since you made the money back, now you get to try to sell the next one. And if you don't sell it, then you run out of money.
Seems about right to me.
Which also, you know, leads to the situation of, well, we're out of money, we're out of time. Or forecasting, like, in 4 months, we'll be out of money. So we have to, wherever we're at now, we have to target a spec we can ship in 4 months. And then you get the things that aren't finished, you know? It's, people say it, but once you, I don't know, that's what also factors in with the risk-taking. It's like, it's one thing to make an artistic film, right? But, like, maybe unless you're with a really junior filmmaker, at some point you'll have a film that somebody can sit and watch. Unless it's really off the wall. But, like, it's possible to have something that's not even playable, not even shippable, after years of work. If it's so experimental that, like, prototypes just never turn into anything. I'm trying to get a feel for this map here. This is pretty crazy. What's this? I should go check that out. IC1 was great. I remember Assassin's Creed 1 very fondly, but that was also, like, it was the cusp of a pretty big generational shift. It was sort of the last generational divide when processing power really changed the way you played games. Kind of Gen 7. It's kind of how I feel about it. Anyway, so I was very much looking forward to what the industry was going to output in terms of its creativity.
All this walking up and down is a pain.
And it's like new higher specs of processing, and Assassin's Creed 1 was a really compelling game on all those aspects.
You reach some places you wouldn't be able to otherwise.
And now that you mention it, the ceiling's not going to come down.
So I really respect its daring. I respect it's like it's. I remember it being pretty high-key artistic for the time. Oops. Okay, so I have to drop into that, I bet. From up there? Yeah. Or no, I just beat it. Speaking of artistic films and movies, wasn't there a City of the Lost Children PlayStation game? I'm not aware. But that sounds rad. I look back on AC1 very fondly, though I do remember feeling the repetitiveness a lot when I first played it. I do too, but I think at the time I had already sort of accepted repetition as an inevitable game mechanic. But that, I guess, that is where the sort of the new illusion breaks down. When it becomes very much a video game. You do repetitive tasks that don't read as cinematic as the first 1 or 2 times you did them. What are you doing? What was that? Oh, that's when they do the water laser. Yeah, State Raw, I agree. Repetition is better hidden or better incentivized in modern games. That's what I see a lot of. Repetition is given it's given more immediate feedback and given more long-term goal making. So like currency systems in MMOs where you go through dungeons, but really all you're doing is just beating up the same monsters in the same ways over and over again.
Glacial Spear. Here's the evil.
Like doing your dailies, that kind of thing.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Never played an Assassin's Creed game before. I want to play Valhalla so badly. I think you'd like it. It's a fun game. Uh-oh. I've bashed myself around too much. I don't remember where the last fast travel point was. I guess the Frozen Valley. Go watch a dance routine in 14. Yeah. It would be really fun to get into the, I don't know, I should probably save these for a boss fight, huh? Alright, let's see if I can limp my way to a heal point. That's right, I wanted to go back up so that I can... Oh yeah, get to the... Wait, the map action spot? No, I did it. It was a chest. Okay. So now I need to go to the lower level. Go out this thing. Okay, I guess there's no reason to drop in one spot or another. The new screeds aren't something you need to play in order. If you want a Valhalla, just say go for it. You'll probably have a great time, honestly. Yeah, I guess the thing that eventually bummed me out about the newer Screed games, kind of even, I guess... Even with Black Flag, the characters didn't have so much of a narrative arc. I guess it makes sense given the framing device. You usually play through characters up until whatever reason that you're playing them is fulfilled. Usually like trying to find the apple or whatever.
What's this thing?
So I guess I get why you're not given narrative closure given the framing device of the Animus. But I did like at least the storylines to follow. That was nice. At a certain point, it did feel like NCIS or whatever, like any other procedural television show. With a plot that wasn't super interesting, given that there was so much time between games and not a whole lot of screen time dedicated to it. But ah, crap! I don't want to fight those things. They're jerks. Why can't I? What the? That's interesting. Oh, that's probably why you have to drop down there. Yeah. I need to use the rightmost hole. I'm gonna do that. Legs are so sore today because of your ring fit yesterday. It's a good thing? Nice! Glad to hear it. Guess what? I did more squats today. But we'll be doing more squats soon. That's good though, you earned it. Feeling sore is the best thing, because it's like it's like your body giving yourself permission to be lazy. That's how I always think about it. I'm like, I've done enough. Now my body's saying, hey, stop it. Body's telling me to sit here and play video games. I'm like, okay, you know what, body? I can do that. I can do that for you. The problem is it's not really... After a while, it ceases to become an effective indicator of the, like, intensity of your workout. Contains power of wind. Alright. I'm gonna get that natural slaver agent squad as an unflexible westerner is tough. I agree. I'm borderline. I can kind of get into it, but I can't really hold it without an amount of effort. The ability to just like relax on your haunches is I deeply envy. Darn it, there is a reason to drop on the other side. I should go explore that. I thought I did though. I thought I was up there. Assassin's Creed when you're running around in the wilderness sucks ass too. Yeah, I tend to agree. 3 tried its best with like the trees and stuff. That was, I mean, after a while, it was what I didn't actually enjoy that about. Dang it, I went into the same one. I ended up not liking that so much in Black Flag. The shanties are delightful, and sailing was awfully pastoral. But I still liked parkour. I guess that was still technically in there, but I think 4 is when it kind of kicked off, or Assassin's Creed became more about sort of cultural tourism to me. Okay, am I going the right way? Yes, okay. Got the plight of the circus enthusiast. I'm strong and flexible, but never strong or flexible enough. Nothing you do is ever easy until you can do the next thing just barely. Like we always say, if you want to do the splits easy, you need to oversplit. Yeah. That's what I've noticed about myself, too. You have to train ahead of where you want to land, which means you never are where you want to be. And you're always done with the last thing. Yeah. I got a small taste of that with like weight training. It's only by shooting ahead do you ever land somewhere behind. Noob Sapien, thank you for the sub. It's laughable how the story for Assassin's Creed doesn't have a stable plot line. It honestly feels like you played 20 plus hours, found out the ancient evil goddess still being evil, and the ancient artifact you found will help. Who knows how, but it will. Yeah, I think that's just taking. That's I think. To me, that's sort of the abandonment of ambition, because it's very difficult to tell a story in chunks where the player gets to decide how long they step away from the game, or what order they do things in, or what the independent relationships of characters are whenever you do a particular thing. So I agree though. I think Origins was the first game where, like, I was actually trying to invest myself in the characters, because I kind of really liked what was going on there. I like the characters. Oh shit, this is a big fight. Fuck, they're together. And then it just kind of ended. And I was like, oh. And then I did like some of the story events in Odyssey. But after a while, like, they were just not interesting, or I don't know, they were weird. And I was like, that was not worth the amount of time. Like, the tone of them was just weird. It had like a kind of a CW quality to the writing. Of like, the villains know they're villains, and they talk like villains, and they deliver villainous lines at villainous times. I guess the relative villains in Odyssey are legitimately insane. Maybe that's what I'm reacting to. Like, they're just straight up bones out crazy, I think.
Stay away from my friend.
Damn it, did you get yourself killed again?
It's over.
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Maybe.
Right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
But I'm almost to the next zone, and there might be a rest point out there. I should save, though. That's another famous law trait. He's consistently one-hittable and always directly in front of whatever's most dangerous. So I just have to get used to him being low on health. He's going to be a constant cure point drain, basically. Great. Good stuff. I like the Miles storyline. And I thought, like, the actual play out of that story was a little cheesy, but I respected the fact that they at least played it out. I thought they were going to kick up a new one, but they instead of that, they just kind of didn't. Like Assassin's Creed 4, I like the framing device of you being like, what, like a beta tester for Abstergo or whatever? And you got contacted by the, like, hacker crew. So they were still there, but, like, that just kind of, like, they just walked away from that, it felt like. And then you were I can't remember her name in Origin. But she was, like, trying to find something before Abstergo did so she could sell it. So she was just kind of, like, investigating that to, I guess, pirate something, I think? I'm trying to remember what her deal was. And I don't even remember hitting, like, any kind of alternative storyline thing in Odyssey. No, sorry. Valhalla. But I only played it for, like, 2.5 hours. Once the, like, beginning cinematic sequence was done, like the first hour, which is always... Ubisoft is very good about mind-blowing, expensive-looking cinematic openers. The first hours to a Ubisoft game are typically an interesting ride. But I basically put it down after that. As soon as they dump you out on the boat and they're like, do a raid, I was like, okay.
Hey, Law.
I think I'm good here.
Back when we left Cisleden, you remember how you said so long as you don't give up, there's nothing to stop someone starting over?
Yeah?
Well, I think you did just that.
Oh, why couldn't the
You've
Miles
set out
plotline
on a new
have
path
him
despite
assimilating
what happened
assassin
in your
skills and turning
past.
into a modern assassin, make one Assassin's Creed game a future title?
Besides,
I don't know
you're
why
not the
they.
only
That
one
seemed to be where it was
fumbling your way
going,
through
and that
things.
would have been cool.
You
Oh,
too?
Redhead, you enjoyed the Ghost
It
Hunt
was your
stream?
dad who taught
I am
me to
glad
fight.
you liked it. I had a
Back at
really
the
good
start of all
time.
this, I
It was
knew that
really
so
cool to
long as
have
I
chat there
followed him,
too,
I
so
wouldn't end up straying.
I had a really good
But it was
time. I'm
also
glad you
your
enjoyed
dad
it.
who told me the importance of becoming my own master, of searching out the answers within me.
Ooh, Noob
I always
Sapien.
figured I would one day.
Thanks for the resub.
But at the same time, I had so much more to learn. When he died, I
Oh
suddenly
yeah,
found myself
Batman.
rudderless.
I
Sure, our
I
immediate
got to do
goal
a
is to defeat
real
all
life
the lords.
ghost hunt with Bruce
But then
and
what comes after
K Money
that?
Webby and Cup of Noodle.
There's no one left to point
And they
me
were all
in the
great
right
too.
direction.
It was just a wonderful evening
It was
with cool
then that I
people.
realized,
What happened with the
no matter
modems?
how
It wasn't
much
very
I
clear.
fret
Oh, they
about
found it. It was just on the
only
ground.
thing I can do is fight.
It was like right in front of
And
right in front of the
brutality
truck too.
Isn't going to right itself.
So ostensibly, it
So
had
that's
nothing
what
to
I'm
do
doing.
with me being an idiot.
Fighting.
For
And in the
once.
meantime, I'll try to figure out my next move. Right now, that's about all I can do.
And you really believe you got what it takes to win this? Against all the odds?
An
Yes,
Egyptian
I
woman is the
do.
present plot. Oh, okay.
At least I want to.
I
If
don't
I'm
remember
being
what her deal
completely
was,
honest, sometimes I'm not really sure whether I can or not.
but I remember her acting mostly in
So what if
self-interest.
we're
She was
still
like trying to
figuring
get
stuff
something
out?
and sell it to another corporation.
If
I
we
think,
do it together, then we can support one another along the way.
but I could be wrong about that.
Is there anything so wrong with that?
Yeah, the ghost monkey brought it back.
No.
F yes.
I don't think there is. I think I get it now. We may not know what we're capable of, but we have to try all the same.
Having another one of your secret meetings? Don't tell me you were taking yet another bathroom break?
Well, we were just engaging in a bit of brotherly bonding. Isn't that right, Alphen?
Yeah, that's right.
There was some troll at the end of stream saying you were a fraud and
Fine
ghosts
then.
were not
Suit
real.
yourselves. Hey, I think I can feel a breeze up ahead.
Oops, I
I
can't
bet the
cover
exit is real
beautiful
close.
Rinwell.
Finally! Man, it's been too long since I felt the sun on my face.
Just responded with a no you and they got real upset. Can't please everybody, you know. Sometimes people are just gonna get mad about ghosts.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
When I get in a tussle, I go full force right at him. Whoever makes the first move wins.
I do have to admit, it's quite the spectacle to watch you charge in and go to town on someone during a battle.
Yeah, it was actually my old man who taught me to fight that way. The more I lay the beat down on some baddies, the more fired up my fists of fury get.
Zephyr taught you? Wow. I guess you really are following in his footsteps.
Ugh.
There's nothing wrong with
Where did
being
my face
so
go?
focused
I didn't
on
want to cover
offense,
Rinwell. She
but
looked
the enemy
cute.
always fights back at some point.
As long as I don't get hit, it's not a problem, right?
So what you're saying is you're too weak to take a hit.
You're not exactly one to talk.
Nope.
What were you two talking about
More
earlier?
anime in the way.
Earlier? Oh, it was just serious guy talk. You know, the kind that girls don't get to hear.
Really?
Don't mind him, Rinwell. It's just... well, maybe it is a little difficult to talk about in front of women.
Difficult to talk about? Okay, now I really want to hear it. Unless... it's not the creepy sort of guy talk, right?
No! Okay, it's not creepy.
Okay, okay. As long as you're fighting fit, you can talk about whatever you like.
Fights are the most important. Okay, good. There is a place to rest down there. Oh, more anime.
We're finally here. Elda Menancia, the land of green.
Oh, that's right. I got a new pair
The
of
place
sunglasses.
certainly lives up to its name, doesn't it?
Yeah, just feel that breeze. It's like night and day compared to Calaglia and Cyslodia.
Unsullied, fertile land, as far as the eye can see. That's beautiful.
You're
What?
beautiful.
No, nothing. Just... I was thinking the very same thing.
Yo! Really, bro? Come on.
That's the realm capital in the distance.
Don't do
The
that.
city of Vicent.
Don't make
A
it
word
like
to
that.
the wise before we continue. Elda Menancia has produced more sovereigns over the years than any other.
Get some matching shades for future
Xion.
Arise streams. It's not a bad idea, actually.
Guess we should probably follow after her, shouldn't we? Hey, you alright, Law?
Yeah, fine. I was just thinking how Dad would have enjoyed this view. All this green in one place is
Go in and type in
incredible.
like red state sunglasses and see what happens. Shit.
Anyway, let's get moving before we start looking tasty to monsters.
Is he going to be okay?
Well, that's
Eventually.
close.
That's a wall he'll have to overcome on his own.
Yeah, this is sick. Ohio State. Buckeyes glasses. If I could... They could be like silver. Okay. Ah, what's going on? Oh. Get them as tiny as possible. Is this the new Matrix? Hell yeah, it is. It's a Matrix where we sit in the cabs of our trucks and complain about how there ain't no men anymore.
So if I remember right, there are 6 elements of astral energy, and darkness is only on Rena, and light can only be found on Dana, right?
Right. I only remember because my parents drilled it all into my head when I was little.
How did we find out about dark astral energy in the first place if it's not on Dana, though?
Beats me. I couldn't tell you how or when we figured out that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's other stuff we've forgotten along the way, too.
Yeah, I bet. And then we forget that knowledge was even forgotten at all, and it's back to square one.
That's deep, bro.
Exactly. That's why we need to take good care of what knowledge and artifacts we still have left.
You really have a thing for old stuff, don't you?
Well, I don't know that I'd call it just a thing. It's also something that helps me feel connected to our world.
Connected?
It's nothing. Forget I even mentioned it. I should have guessed that there'd be no way he'd understand. How could he?
Hope the new Matrix isn't horrible. It might be weird. It might not be anything you expect. I think that's something to prepare yourself for. I don't think it'll like... I think it, on a functional level, it will deliver like crazy stunts. I don't think that that's a design tenet that they will willingly leave behind. So I think it'll have some audience-pleasing shit in it. Good God, what a vista! Damn, you could fall in love with a waifu with a view like this. I guess that's kind of what happened, huh? I could see if you see something like this, you might say something a little romantic to a taciturn tsundere. Will it be a one-off, or are we looking at 4, 5, and 6 now? That's a good question. I don't think... I've wondered about that, to be honest. I've wondered if, like... It's not the most polite thing to speculate on, but I do wonder, like... Is Lily doing Matrix because like other projects weren't purchased or funded? I don't know. I hope it's not just. It's been long enough since Matrix, so there's people willing to take an investment risk on a new one. But I do know that like I'm pretty sure that even though I dearly love the creative output of the Wachowskis together or separate, I know that they're not exactly like huge money makers. I think Matrix was. But I don't think Speed Racer was making anyone a lot of money. I don't think Sense 8 did super well. I don't think Jupiter Ascending did super well. So I love them, and I never want them to change. And I'm always interested in what they make. But I'm not sure that they would do a trilogy for no reason. But if that's the only way they can make stuff, then it would make sense to me for them to do a trilogy. They would probably just try to take it in some, like, absurd, crazy direction that I would find intellectually interesting, but might actually be flawed in execution. So, I guess ideally, I would like for them to get money to make whatever they want forever. I'm not sure what path that'll take. If it ends up being more Matrix films, because that's the only thing people will pay money to go see.
What's wrong?
Then that's okay. I just hope it's something. Always. I hope that they always enjoy producing movies and series and stuff. Were they Sensei? Thought it was Straczynski. Straczynski was writing. They directed, pretty sure. New Matrix will be, if Neo took the other pill from inside the Matrix, a whole new story. I could see that. Yeah. He was one of the ones that chose to go back to sleep.
Huh?
But speaking of Straczynski and old things, man, Babylon 5 coming back is crazy.
Yes!
It'll be really interesting to see what that turns into, especially since, like, the creative thrust behind... apparently on Twitter he was talking about how, like, he's just going to start from scratch and kind of do the show again as now a more mature and better writer. So that's a really cool way of approaching a redo. Are both Wachowskis working on the new Matrix? No. Only Lily, I think. And they both kind of had similar reasons relating to the death of their mother, I guess. This came up in separate interviews, and I managed to catch it. But Lana kind of talked about how doing the Matrix again was going to take her back to a time before she'd processed her mother's death, and she wasn't quite ready to do that. Whereas Lily seemed to say that, like, revisiting... I think this was at a Comic-Con or something, talked about how revisiting the story of Neo and Trinity was kind of like revisiting her mother's memory, and wanted to do it for that reason, to maybe gain closure and process the loss there. So those were the reasons given in two separate interview questions. It's interesting how they were both so tied to the life of their mother, and I can definitely see how different siblings would process that in different ways. And want to return to those feelings in different ways. Now, that's the answer given. Who knows? The practicality may be a different story, but yeah. Also, I think they've largely operated as a pair, right? How's that guy see anything? Also, you're going to have to stay hurt. I'm sorry. Because look at all these injured people, and I have to just cruise right by them and collect all these tomatoes. Yeah, State, I enjoyed Witcher Season 1 as well, and I did not think I was in any kind of mood for, like, dark fantasy after Game of Thrones. And I didn't even really go through a phase where I liked Game of Thrones all that much. I like the books, obviously. The show, I, like, bailed out in, like, Season 3, and I was already done with it. I was like, God, I cannot wait for people to stop caring about motherfucking dragons.
Why do you keep staring at me, Shion?
And then, Witcher came along, and I was like...
on your shoulder?
Okay.
Oh, this thing? I love it. I got it off a street vendor for just $10.
Yeah, it really wasn't that dark.
I don't know if that's something to brag about.
And that's ultimately the thing that I enjoyed it for. It had whimsy.
Ask me.
It had whimsy and
Because it
humanity.
wouldn't sell otherwise. It serves no practical purpose.
It had, yeah, moments of levity.
Honestly, I'm surprised you paid 10 whole gold for it.
Shut up!
But the detail is so lifelike. I think you made a good choice, Law.
Really?
I have no idea why you wear it over your shoulder, though.
I think it looks pretty cool.
That's why. I think Lily also doesn't want to do sci-fi or be typecast as the sci-fi director either. Okay, I can see that.
'87,
Boy.
88,
He
89.
is living
Oh,
anime.
Shoot!
What the? Is the enemy attacking?
Sorry about that. You're not hurt, are you?
Law? What on Dana are you doing?
What am I doing? Training, obviously.
Training?
I found these nice and heavy rocks that
What's
I
up,
decided
Super?
to strap onto my arm.
Super
But
Gegor?
I guess I didn't tie them down good enough because they went flying.
So you were doing improvised weight training. You and your crazy ideas.
I can't help it. If I'm not training, it's easy for me to get anxious.
Well, that's fair. Actually, I remember seeing you practicing your forms for some time when we were camping the other day.
Yep. No amount of muscle will do you any good if you don't stay on top of your fighting forms. It always feels good when I know I'm still sharp.
He was also like yelling out the
Sounds to me
number
like
of his
you have too
repetition.
much pent-up energy.
Don't train so hard that you wind up hurting yourself, Law. I promise you, you're already perfectly strong as it is.
No, I'm not. You never know what we'll run into out there. You can never go into a fight too prepared. And that's the truth. Besides, I won't rest until I know that I'm
I like how he
stronger
was
than you,
loudly
Alpha.
training next to everybody, and then was like, "Oh,
Oh, I
nothing.
see.
I'm just training.
Well, I don't plan on letting you beat me.
You can ask me about training if you want."
Maybe I'll add some weights to my sword and practice swinging it. That should help out.
Alvin, are you crazy?
You're right. This does make for decent training. Good call with the extra weight, Law.
Right? Now you get it?
Since we've already come this far, what do you say we have a little one-on-one with our rocks strapped on?
Hell yeah! I'm down for that. Just give me a second, I'll be all ready to roll.
Let's get our rocks on,
Okay.
bro.
I'm all set. Let's do this!
Put your rocks on me. All right, now I'm gonna put my rocks on you.
Take this!
Let's hit our rocks together.
Getting started.
Oh, they're getting. These boys are going to Boy Town.
Our camp is completely wrecked!
Go. You two are cleaning it up.
Yes, Shion.
Just what happens. You getting a serious bro off with your homie. You end up smashing the table. You plow your boy right through the couch. It happens. Just dudes being boys, hanging out, slapping each other, grunting a lot, flexing. Just what boys do. It's just boy stuff. These girls don't get it. Rare ore rate. I mean, ore is nice because ore is essentially the foundation of like all the accessories you can make, and accessories are very important. Gonna do it.
That was nothing.
Grab the Geo Crystals, boys. We're out of here. Yeah, they're all charged up. Got a steep shine on those Geo Crystals. Shion's away from camp. She needs a little attention.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Everything about her body language of having her
Shouldn't
arms
you be
crossed,
resting?
frowning, leaning
I
against a
wanted to talk
tree,
with you for a bit.
says, "Talk to me."
I don't really want to talk right now.
What?
Right. I'll stop bothering you
But
then.
she looks so unhappy.
I didn't say you were bothering me. Sorry. Don't take it personally. I'm just not used to being around other people, so I don't really know how to chit-chat.
Well, for a start, you let your guard down a little. Hey, here's a thought. What if you tell me about your childhood?
What with my thorns and all, I didn't really have one. Not to speak of, anyway. Although, I guess I did have one friend.
Who was it?
A really old doll.
Oh.
When I was a little girl, the doll was the only thing I could touch and hold without worrying about my thorns hurting it. I would do things like dress it up or sit it on my lap when I was eating. The two of us were practically inseparable.
Can I ask something?
Is it about the fact that I played with dolls?
No, it isn't. I only wanted to ask who gave you the doll in the first place.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Where is it now?
I had to leave it behind when I left Lenegis. I didn't have a choice. Most likely it's long gone at this point.
Hell yeah.
I think it's time we go to sleep.
Where did the sunglasses come from? This game is weird. It's got weird part. Yeah, from an owl. Is the appropriate and correct answer.
Ready to head out?
There are weird little orb owl boys that hang around in some of the areas. They're like collectibles, basically. Each of them gives you like a decoration accessory you can put on your characters. And one of them gave me
sick-ass shades. So I put them on everyone. Because this game's cool. I need a titanium vambrace. Yeah, I can make some better stuff. Yeah, some characters can get some goodies. Let's see what we got. Look at that gun! It's a big-ass magical gun. A little flower on it. I'm gonna fight against Agent Smith? Yeah. I wouldn't make a joke about Matrix being anime, but that literally already happened. Like, as quickly as it could, too. I guess they've never really been shy about injecting hard anime into stuff. The Wachowskis, I mean. That's pretty. Enhanced arts. Oh! So different equipment. Huh, I wonder how meaningful that is. The little enhanced wind thing? Wonder if that's super noticeable. Oh shucks, I should have looked for armor too. I bet there's tons of new stuff. I spent all my gold on weapons. That's actually probably better though. Neat. Neato. Aerial enemies downed by boost attacks. I've really got to work on doing that. Okay, so... enemies downed. I don't even know if I'm... how many times I'm doing that. I don't know what counts as that. Yeah. That at least I understand. Shion's boost knocks flyers to the ground. Can they not be in the... like... usually when I try to do that, I'm comboing them already.
I always love the sound.
Or I've knocked an enemy up into the air. And then I hit him with Shion's boost attack. It doesn't seem to, like, do anything special. So, do I need to just call the boost attack on flying enemies before I start comboing them or hitting them? Are you going to do a stream reaction to Elden Ring tomorrow? Probably. Might as well.
Hammer's banging away.
Tomorrow's usually when I write Inside Games, which might be about Elden Ring, so I would need to watch it for that at least. But that means I wouldn't be able to like do a whole lot after, so. That's what I did, got it real quick. Okay. So maybe it's because I'm like already hitting them and comboing them that this knockdown thing doesn't really happen. Is it the same with like armored enemies? If you call in Law to do his armor buster, does it work if they're being comboed? I would imagine it would. Treat the poet. What have poets ever done for anyone? Oh wow. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Zoogle. I find this game has a weird combo thing where sometimes you can't break an enemy out of the combo of another character, especially if their first combo is moving the enemy directly around. Huh. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. Getting late. Use the lower light to bring up some of the light in the back. Seems a little cozier in here.
Mm-hmm. Just great.
That can't be.
Wonder Bard. Good stuff. Hey, Stobbs Blunder? Yes, you're being consumed by the drip, aren't you? Look at this ice-cold crew. These icy hot stunners. This is me showing my age, but Shion feels like the perfect template for a deal with it meme. Man, that is a pretty deep cut, but yes. She's got the expression just right.
Nice.
Very well.
Good. I'm glad he will be a recurring character. Look at that money, though. I can buy some armor with that. Oh, geez. Well, that's nice. Ah. Useful. Yeah, just flat improved healing arts?
Maybe we should have left them alone.
Thanks, Shion.
Why are you thanking me?
That's a pretty wild ability to just be on some... I mean, I guess the side quest is right here, and there's a rest point right here. That's not a big deal. Speaking of rest, I think I need to go get some water. I might also, I think I might switch to, or try to switch to Fantasian.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
Yeah, maybe a quick gamer break here, and then, quick game swap.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
This is going to be a deep cut, though. Guarantee you won't see this game anywhere else. Actually, that's probably a lie. I'm sure it's Twitch and there's a lot of people here, but... So this, Fantasian is a pretty important game, for me at least, as a JRPG lover, because it is the most new version of a classic Final Fantasy game. It's the man himself, Hironobu Sakaguchi. Jesus Lord. That's our exclusive. No, I didn't make anything. But it is a Apple Arcade exclusive. Streaming this is not the easiest, but luckily, Stephanie has a work MacBook that I can borrow. And then I sign up for Apple Arcade, and then I can play it. It's great. So I'll need to like make sure I still have a login, and then I also need to make sure I can get the video and audio captured properly. So that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do. What? I'm a huge fan of old school Final Fantasy games. There's a certain charm in them and a wholesomeness that like 7 had to some degree, but 7 was a bit different. A bit more dour, a bit more down. It was gritty and dark, and I think that's what made it so popular. But that like kind of humanity is super in Fantasian, which, yeah, by all rights is kind of the newest version of Final Fantasy. It is the next Lost Odyssey, which is another game most people don't remember, but that's what that was too. That creative spirit definitely in. So I'll be back. It's going to take me a while to test and set that up, but hopefully less than 30 minutes. I might also have a snack, which could affect it, so we'll see. I'll be back in a second, and in the meantime, it is still Weeby Wednesday, so I've got anime clips and Japanese commercials and all that weirdness to keep y'all entertained in the meantime, or to just produce some enjoyable white noise. I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching so far.